Hi there, this is Draeneth, the DM for the Dorks in Danger. Before we get into this episode, I'd like to make sure you know that I was sick when we recorded this episode, so I'm gonna sound off, and I'll probably cough. That rhymed. Didn't mean to. Anyway, I apologize preemptively, and I hope you enjoy. Hello. It is us, the Dorks in Danger. It has been a hot minute, but we're here to play tabletop RPG, commonly known as Dungeons & Dragons.
What?
Do you guys remember what happened last time?
Yeah.
I slept peacefully.
You sure did. Previously, the last time we were together, your party had been relaxing a little bit and celebrating your victory over Cryovane and celebrating the fact that everything seemed to be, at least for the moment, a little peaceful, dying down a little. You spent a couple days in Fandalen collecting yourselves and figuring out what you were going to do next. Thankfully, with little convincing, your group decided to help Reyka with her issue with her brother. And spur of the moment decided, let's go to Mirabar. And so after quite the ordeal of buying horses, you set out for the north. After a couple days' ride, you arrived in the busy crossroads town of Tribor. Late in the evening, so not much was going on. With Bud's familiarity, he guided you to one of the local inns that you could spend the night in. Unfortunately, not for the best night's rest, as Sam, I'm talking right now.
Sorry, it was a stressful night.
As a odd group of assassins with seeming intentions on the dragon mask Sam. God dang. Seeming clear intentions on acquiring the dragon mask from Thava, attacked several of you in the middle of the night. Thankfully, you were able to dispatch them, with Rinn cutting a guy's throat at the front door, Thava nearly tearing a guy's neck open.
He's not dead.
Yeah, well, no, you came away from the
Bud shot
scenario.
me.
Yeah, Bud shot Synas in the shoulder. That happened.
Oh yeah,
It was good.
aim.
Good aim.
Killed him though. That's right. I forgot about that.
Natural one when your party members are grappling someone. That's not good. And after all that, you were left with one prisoner, a few corpses, and one person that jumped out of a window. Bud had rushed off to find Al in one of the rooms. The rest of you recovering from the scenario and the high of adrenaline of being in such a dangerous scenario in the middle of the night. Everything seems to die down a bit around you. It gets quiet again. The primary kerfuffle that begins is people starting to peek out of the other rooms. Not that there are too many in this modest inn that you're staying in, but several people are peeking their heads out of doors and seeing Rinn in the hallway standing over a guy with a knife covered in blood. They just kind of close the door again and don't...
Oh no.
Not touching that. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, Bud would like to ask Al, like, where his parents are, because I don't think they're in the same room.
Yep, you do not see your parents in this room. The large form of Big Al pats you on the shoulder, and as he sets his blade down with a assuring smile and goes, well, your parents aren't here, don't worry about it. They're staying in my retirement cottage in town. So, not in this building.
Bud, like, breathes a massive sigh of relief.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess that's good, but I'm glad I could save you too.
Well, bastard jumped out the window on me, so I'm sure the guards might catch him. Or maybe he'll get away. I don't care
I
much.
hope so.
And he goes to the window to check out. Looking outside, picking up a lantern from the side of his bed and kind of peeking out the window, and doesn't seem to see anything. He goes through the motion of beginning to shut the window and then realizes it's a broken window frame. It's not going to do what he wants it to do, so he just sighs again and sets the lamp down and sits back on the bed. You should go check on your friends. I'm good in here. Don't worry about me.
All right, Al. I can understand why people are after us, but attacking innocents while they're asleep. I've never heard anything like it.
Well, it does happen. Clearly, you guys have upset somebody.
Hopefully we can bring him to justice.
Rinn, since you're standing in the front door area, or where the front lobby, not much of a lobby, but the front area of this building is, you hear several calls from outside and approaching jogging footsteps as you see torchlight peek in through some of the windows. A few seconds later, the front door bursts open as several individuals in chainmail and splint armor pour in and look around the room a bit and go, "Oh, you miss? What happened here? There's a commotion."
Rinn turns around, covered in blood.
Uh-huh.
She puts her hands in the air, looks at them, and just goes, "I swear it was self-defense. I swear it."
Right. Okay. Well, we're... Alright. Is there anyone else here? Is there still people? Is there still a fight? What's going on here?
I think we dispatched them, except for one, right? We didn't kill one of them. One of them's still alive, right?
I don't know. Do you know? Did you check upstairs on everyone?
Well, I mean, no upstairs in this building, but Thava's room was on her own in the back corner, and in the time that this has taken...
Right, we were all pretty disconnected.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. We were in our separate rooms, so I wouldn't know. Okay.
Would Bud be nearby, hearing that?
Yeah, you'd probably be cruising up toward where the rooms are laid out in a horseshoe kind of shape. With Rinn being at the front, you'd probably be cruising up there right about now.
Yeah, Bud would be shouldering his bow back in place and say
Yeah, there was one that got away out the window behind me.
Oh, that's what that was. That's unfortunate. I don't know if any of us saw him run off. Right, well... We would like to speak with you and your friends. Remy, can you get rid of this? And he gestures at the body on the floor. And one of the other guards just sighs and comes up and grabs the person's arms and starts dragging them toward the front door, leaving a blood stain just on the floor. Hopefully, well, this doesn't happen very often in town here. Tribal is not really crime-ridden, per se. The Lord Protector's going to want to speak to you in the morning, though. If anyone's still alive, we'll be taking them with us as prisoners. If you could step out the way, we'll handle that, miss.
She nods and clip-clops out of the way.
And you see 5 individuals, as one of them's dragging a body out, come cruising in and, start to fan out through the building. Rounding the corner on Synas and heading down the hallway, they look at the body at your feet as well and just go, "How many? All right. start basically working through dragging bodies out and knocking on doors. Thava, you hear the approaching boots. Is there anything you'd like to do before guards peek in on the room that you're in?
I want to say, in the brief period of time, I would probably wipe a bit of the blood from my face.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, I'd also want to take the bag that they tried to wrestle away from me.
Yep.
Or whatever, and put it back where it was supposed to. And I think by the time they come to open the door or knock on the door, I will go and grab the body and sling it over my shoulder.
Yep.
And answer the door.
And the guard just looks at you and then looks up at you a little bit like, oh.
This one's still alive.
Great. We'll take him off your hands then.
I want the manacles back later. Those are mine.
Oh, sure. Sure. I mean, you could unlock them now. Like, all of us have a pair on us. Like, if you just want to do a little swappy swap of the...
Sure. Yeah.
And they go through, and he's very clearly unconscious, so they just slap new irons on him, and...
Also, she'll hand the dude's dagger back over to them. It's like, tried to kill me with this.
Right. Seems like a bunch of would-be assassins, if you dispatch them so quickly. Well done. And looking at Synas in the hallway and then back to you, he goes, assumably you're here with... Well, this must be your group, I assume. If you wouldn't mind, you can finish your night's rest, and then we would like to have you come to the Tower of the Protector, the center of town. Lord Derathra would like to speak with you, more than likely, about this. She does not take kindly to crime in her town. And given most of the offenders are dead, you're the only ones who are now witnesses. So...
Of course.
Good.
We'll be there tomorrow morning.
Wonderful. Enjoy your rest of your night. Take our leave. And they kind of shuffle back off out the door, dragging and carrying bodies as needs be. And just as quick as everything had become a flurry of action, it's back to just quiet once again.
Al's a witness, too.
True.
He can probably come with us. I could ask him.
Wait, guys. Reyka's outside. We need to go make sure she's okay.
Do you know where she went? Did she say where she went?
I assume she went out in a bush somewhere. That seems to be where she likes to sleep.
Just in a bush. Speaking of Reyka.
Rinn her hay bales.
Rinn and her hay bales, Reyka in the
Her
bushes. Yep.
It's dry, it's soft, it keeps you warm.
It's very itchy. It fills out your hair.
I want to debate between
are you, a horse?
Reyka and Rinn about this.
How do you think I get this kind of volume, okay?
They don't have product in Faerun. It's just hay weaved into the hair.
That's right.
There's like a bump it under there made of hay.
Yeah.
It
God.
looks like you don't bathe when you do that.
Speaking of Reyka, however. Reyka, it is the middle of the night. You wake up
We saw.
suddenly in the middle of your honk shoe, your honk me me me. Pew. Not because you hear something, so much as you feel like you're being watched. You feel yourself kind of jolt awake with the need to look about. Glancing around your spot, whether it's a little outcropping, whatever you've decided to find the nicest tree you can sleep under, or the nicest bush to sleep in. I need something slightly less jovial.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That works.
Here come the mosquitoes.
Rocks fall somehow. You see, casually leaned up against a tree nearby, a familiar white-furred feline individual. With his hood tucked back behind his ears and his hands tucked casually into his robes. This being the courier that you had met in Fandalen. He just gives you a friendly grin. Interesting to be sleeping so far away from your friends. You are on your way to free your brother, are you not?
She's wiping the sleep from her eyes and surprised to see him. And she says, yeah, I'm just trying to save as much gold as I can. They all wanted to stay in the inn, and I need to save what I can.
I am just curious, I suppose. You don't know exactly how much you are expected to pay for his freedom, are you?
I do not.
Hmm.
Just trying to amass as much as possible.
I feel it might be a shame to travel so far and come up short.
Indeed. Did you learn any new information in that area?
Well, I do have some information. I would offer it to you if you would agree to do a little favor for me. I don't think it would be too steep of a thing. You are already going in that direction anyway.
What is it you asked?
Oh, I have a item that a certain curio collector in Mirabar would like to see very much. And he reaches into his robes and produces what looks like just a normal spell scroll, or like a scroll case. Just a little leather tube with a cap on it. You are already heading that way, and it should be very easy for you.
Well, I'm not against this task. I must ask, why is it that you can't do it yourself? You've already been there a couple times.
Well, this individual would not take kindly to it being me showing up specifically. It is something that he has been looking for, but he and I are not on the best of terms, let us say.
Is this a dangerous item?
I wouldn't say so. But I would not recommend opening it, as it is not for you, specifically.
And in exchange for delivering this scroll, you will give me the knowledge of how much I need for my brother?
Indeed. All I need you to do is to bring it to this individual, and I will tell you how much you actually are going to need.
Out of character, this does not sound as easy as they make it.
Where's the catch?
Right?
No catch, no
What
catch.
kind of... Can I expect any resistance with this delivery?
Oh, unlikely, no, I don't think so. Simply delivering an item of curiosity to a very curious individual. That's all. Simple courier business.
Okay, I think I can agree to your terms.
Sure.
Make us very suspicious.
Yeah.
He comes sauntering up, very much has like that kind of slow, swaggery, smug saunter about him at all times. And he offers you the scroll case. The individual you are looking for goes by the name of Flask Shield. He is a dwarven man. If you ask around, you will find him very easily. But again, do not open this. Its contents are not meant for you.
Flask shield, dwarven man, and he's a prisoner of Mirabar?
Oh, no. For you, see, Mirabar is a tremendous, great city. They just happen to, well, how to say, they don't take kindly to those who slight them, and criminals even less so. And they have a lot of digging to be done. He will likely be somewhere in one of the affluent districts of the Grand City, I'm sure.
I see, okay.
Where specifically, I would not know. Maps of that place are hard to come by.
Well, I shall do my best to seek him out when we arrive.
I'm confident that you and your friends will have no trouble. But about your brother. The warden appears to have set his price at 850 gold. Which is steep if you ask me. I'm just surprised he wasn't killed.
That is rather steep, and unfortunately that means I need to make some more.
Well, you might have some opportunities between there and here.
You said it was 850?
850, yes.
850, okay.
You know,
I got it in the quest journal as well.
Oh, thank you. I was looking for my pen.
He pulls one of his hands out of the pockets of his cloak and just idly twirls it around as he rambles on. You know, I am very surprised. I mean, criminals in Mirabar generally just kind of vanish. So it's weird that your brother wasn't vanished. He kind of wiggles his fingers, all weird and ominously.
I know, I was greatly relieved when you were able to find him. I was worried he would just be killed.
Well, hopefully that does not occur between now and then. Either way, sorry for waking you. I just didn't figure I would want to approach you around your most suspicious friends. I mean, they just shot me such a look. Oh, how rude.
Did we shoot him a look?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was clear that the dude picked up the Thava pinged him.
It was,
That's right.
it was back in Fam Down.
Although
Yeah.
Thava wasn't the one that ratted him out.
Rinn.
Yeah, why did you do that?
What did I do?
You ratted him out. And the fucking dwarf,
You might have
dwarf
told
rat.
Gundren that individual was actually a Rakshasa, potentially.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
wouldn't I rat him out?
Well,
I mean, yeah, I know, it's kind of weird the paladin didn't rat him out, right?
yeah, I mean, but Thava's not really a, chaotic good, or a lawful stupid paladin, so.
Look, if there's some backwards thumb tiger around Gundren.
That's kind of racist. No, is it albiest? Like, what is it? Like, he has some kind of disability, and you're gonna like.
Yeah, that's very ableist of you. His hands are backwards. What the fuck?
Descriptive, okay? Look, just because I put on a slight southern twang does not make it racist.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
What was that?
Anyway. The white tiger-looking fellow dips into a low bow and grins before turning and just walking off into the woods, waving a hand over his shoulder. Good luck with your little excursion.
Thank you, courier.
As he just
Hopefully I'll see you again.
cruises into a bush and it just vanishes behind. He just kind of vanishes into the woodwork,
Whoa.
leaving you alone once again with
Reyka looks at the scroll and kind of turns it over in her hands. Does it have any markings on it, or is it just a simple scroll?
It is a very plain scroll case. So it's just basic leather with like metal caps on either end.
Okay, she's just gonna turn it around, look it over, and then she's just gonna slip it into her pack, lay back down, and just hold her pack on her chest and look at the stars. And just kind of sinks into thought.
And it is a very lovely, clear night. And it doesn't take you too long to fall back asleep. The rest of you, I assume, go back to bed.
Well, we were gonna find her. I mean, we might not know it's safe, but somebody's gonna try and probably look for her.
Sure. What would the rest of you at the inn like to do then?
Well, if we're gonna look for Reyka, it's gonna have to be someone naturey. So it's gonna have to be Synas or Bud.
Do we want to send 2 people out and 2 people stay together at the tavern?
I suppose we could do like that.
I think Bud and Synas could do that, and then Rinn and Thava can stay at the tavern. Unless we all want to go out, but I don't want to leave our stuff alone.
Yeah.
I could go out and help.
Yeah. Yeah. This cough, I tell you what. So, Bud and Synas get together and head on out of the inn here, out into the admittedly chilly but very clear night. The town here in the middle of the night is very sparse. There's quite a lot of torchlight near where the caravans are set up. And some people are milling about here and there. But mostly there is the guard force patrolling around, and not much else. It's like 1 a.m. Most everyone's asleep. But as far as where your friend is, a lot of woods around the area.
I mean,
How do you think we're gonna find her, Synas?
My guess, probably tracks, if I had to pick an option.
Okay.
Find anything that started near the inn, and maybe headed off into the woods.
All right.
One or both of you go ahead and make a survival check for me.
You know what? I'll go ahead and roll.
Okay. I will assist, I suppose.
Sure. You can
Yeah,
have
why not?
advantage on your survival check.
Oh, it doesn't do much. 18.
18. Yeah, that's so low. So very low.
You know, I rolled an 18 and a 17. No big deal.
My God.
It's a 10 and a 9.
Good Lord. 18, it takes you a couple moments, but based on what you remember and the fact that it doesn't seem like anyone else has really shown up to the inn after you guys, you find what look to be Reyka's boot tracks, and they lead definitely straight out of town, so you can, with a bit of effort, follow along to toward wherever she had gone off to. And the prince leads you roughly out to like a copse of trees, nice, plenty of bushes in the area. Bushes.
Before we get there, could I have a conversation with you, Synas?
Oh, so demanding. Yeah, you can.
On the way there, Bud looks kind of uncomfortable. He's like twiddling his thumbs, and like kind of lost in thought. And he pipes up and says, "Hey, Synas, I feel really bad about hitting you earlier in the shoulder. I thought my parents were in here in the tavern, and something just overcame me, kind of like what happened back at the farm. And I don't know how to control that. Like I want to protect the ones I love, but I feel like I kind of lose myself in it. Do you have any advice on what to do when like those emotions like overcome you? Have you ever experienced that before?
It's been years, I would imagine, since I've felt something somewhat similar to that. Generally in combat, I just try to pace out my my breathing, deep breaths, try to stay focused. But you don't need to apologize for having hit me. I mean, we had been woken up. I did kind of wake up the entire inn a little bit. It was a bit of a close scuffle. Yeah, I cannot think of anything specific that would help, but generally I tend to focus simply on the moment to moment, and try not to think of the grander implications, I guess you might say.
Yeah, like focus on what's in front of me, and I think like taking breaths helps, like counting your breaths. I'll try to keep that in mind because I don't want to do anything reckless or hasty next time when something like that happens again.
Well, with me, you don't need to apologize. I've seen a lot of poor judgments, misaims over the years. It's no big deal. No one ultimately was hurt that we care about.
Yeah, it's true. I'm learning. This is all a lot. But thank you. And Bud leans in for like a side hug while they're walking.
No. Well, Synas will give you a little pat on the head.
The awkward
All right.
sideways walking hug is
Well.
my favorite.
Let's focus on finding Reyka then.
Well,
One
she
step at
should
a time.
be somewhere nearby. I can't imagine she went that deep out here.
Reyka, you are awoken right as you're like drifting back off to sleep. You hear the crunch of leaves and a few twigs here and there, and Bud and Synas chatting to each other, like 20 feet away from you on the other side of a bush.
I'm gonna go over there and try not to scare him.
You should try and scare him.
Like, hey guys.
You should try to scare him.
Wow!
Reyka emerges from the bush like, hello.
Oh well, I guess she found us.
See? Not too far.
Hey guys, it's awfully late. What are you doing out here?
We got attacked in our sleep. That wasn't fun.
You got attacked?
Yeah,
Are you guys okay?
for the most part. Yeah.
Bit of a sore shoulder, but that's about it.
I don't see Rinn and Thava. Are they okay?
They're back at the inn helping settle things down and clean up a bit.
Okay.
You didn't
That's really.
have anybody come out this way by chance, did you?
I did have a visitor, but it was a friendly visitor. The
You had a friendly visitor in the middle of the night in the middle of the woods?
What happened?
yeah. Dre your face.
I'm sorry, I could not chuckle at that. That was friendly.
Not like that.
Not like that. Not
No,
like that. Not like that.
The courier came out and had some more information with me, and we had a trade, but I was definitely not attacked. Who attacked you guys?
Put a pin in that. The courier was out here in the middle of the night, in the middle of the woods.
he just kind of surprised me and woke me up, and he had some more information on my brother, but in order to, he wanted to trade for that information. I need to deliver something for him in that town. I pull out the scroll and show it to them.
I mean, he's obviously much faster than us and has less baggage. Why did you ask him why we would be the ones to deliver it and not him?
Yeah, that was my question as well. And apparently, this person we're delivering to doesn't really care for him too much. So it sounds a little sketchy, but he assured me that while we should not open this scroll, he assured me that we shouldn't receive any danger because of it. But I'm not sure how much I believe that.
Pretty interesting to want to get somebody a present that doesn't like you.
I don't think it's a present, bud. I don't think I trust that necessarily, but I can take a look at it in the morning.
I promised him that I wouldn't open it, so if you want to look at it, it's fine. But please don't open
I
it.
guess that's true. You
That's fair.
promised that you wouldn't open it. That doesn't mean us.
You know, you're on the
Please,
exact.
the
same-
information that he brought me was incredibly important, and I don't want to break his trust.
Well, you're not. Bud and I are on kind of the same wavelength. He did kind of promise, just you wouldn't open it. But again, we can. sort that.
Reyka brings back the scroll to her chest and starts to put it back in her pack.
I will not open.
Roll
it.
for initiative.
This is where the chaotic and lawful
Yeah.
things are starting to.
Let me open it!
What's inside? I gotta know. Ugh.
I can take a once over on it. I won't open it, but perhaps I might be able to detect something on it. Maybe.
Well,
get
maybe we can look
look.
at it another time, but
Yeah. As
Did
for
you take
the-
who
scroll?
attacked you? Do you know who attacked you?
We
I feel
think
like this is much more important.
we think it's more members of the cult of the dragon.
Oh, what do you think they wanted from you?
Sorry. Go ahead. Go finish.
I didn't make out what you said, Axikor.
Oh, I said, what is it do you think that they really wanted to get out of you? The mask, maybe? Or...
That would be my guess. That thing seems rather valuable at the very least. I'm not sure what else it might be used for, but
I'm glad you guys are okay. Gosh, that's scary. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help.
to be honest,
You couldn't have known.
you couldn't have known, and they weren't very formidable anyways.
Oh, that's something at least.
You sure you don't want to come back to the inn, just in case?
Yeah, I'll come back with you guys.
There might be a bush outside the tavern or something. Don't worry.
And yeah, we can start heading back then.
Very little effort, you guys.
What time is it? It's like midnight or something?
It's like,
Is that what
yeah,
it is?
1 in the morning or so. It's late.
Right.
Yes.
I was gonna ask, did we get confirmation whether we know those are dragon cultists or not? Like,
Um,
were there medallions on their bodies? What are they
Looking
called?
through,
That's my guess.
'Cause
you
I
didn't really
really
have
searched
much
the guy.
time to search the other guys.
I guess- Okay.
The guy that you, like, just at a cursory glance, you didn't see anything obviously indicating an affiliation. No pendants or
Yeah.
anything.
What about the daggers, though? Don't they usually use pretty, like...
Yeah, the dagger that you handed to the guard looked like a normal dagger, just like something
Oh,
you'd buy
okay.
at a
It wasn't
blacksmith
like
shop.
one of those dragon cultist
Yeah, it's not
daggers?
the
Okay.
weird, like, Chris kind of dagger.
Okay. Well, they're probably dragon cults, so let's be honest.
Yeah, that's
Just gonna take the
Synas'
mask.
guess, because that's kind of our main, like,
Yeah.
those are the people who have been harassing us.
I know we
so-
haven't had a conversation yet. We were just very quickly like, okay, well, let's go find... You guys go find Reyka, and we'll hold down the fort, so... Yeah, okay.
And not too long after your friends departed, you all link back up at the inn. thankfully, the innkeeper doesn't seem to be here.
What?
He's not at the front. No one has come to greet you guys. He might live in another house somewhere and just runs this business, perhaps. But because of that, Reyka can kind of just slip in, unknown, free night stay. It's the middle of the night.
Where's she gonna sleep?
Floor?
I'll sleep on the floor.
I was gonna say Synas would offer his bed, and I can just take the floor. if
Everyone
anything.
has bedrolls, like...
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine on the floor.
Yeah, I feel like Reyka's not the pickiest. I mean, we did just come from a bush,
Mhm.
so you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Synas is
spent
used
my
to
whole
it
life
as well,
sleeping on the ground.
Synas is used to traveling, so it's like, who cares about beds?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
But yes. Is there anything you guys would like to do before settling back down to finish your long rest?
We should
Setting up
probably talk.
another alarm.
We should probably talk.
Yeah, I think
Right.
we should.
I
like,
think
all
we
talk as
should.
well.
Like, we should be like, hey, what happened?
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear what happened. They were coming after the mask.
They were. The one that came in my room and tried to run away with the bag after stabbing me. The bag with the mask in it.
They didn't take anything else, did they?
No. But he knew it was in there. Somehow. They didn't get it though.
So we're dealing.
Actually, yeah. Can I double check? They didn't take it, right? I'm not
Nope.
crazy, like somehow.
Yeah, you go
Cool.
rifle through that bag real quick, and it's still tucked right where you left it last.
Okay. Cool.
So they've definitely got a magician of some kind if they're able to locate it. Which means we're probably not going to see the last of them tonight. Though, probably
One of
not.
you didn't you say that one of them escaped? One of you said that?
Did
Right.
one of them escape? I thought we.
I
got
thought
them.
I thought one of them jumped out the window.
Did they? Shit.
When I went into one of the rooms, I found Al, and he was chasing out one of them, and they leapt out the window. I got an arrow in him, but he kept on going.
Where did you hit them in the back?
I don't know, Dre.
Yeah, like back, shoulder, upper back. It was
I thought it
hard
was,
to
like, the
tell
arm or
given it
something.
was dark.
They could.
I
be
don't know, but
anybody.
it didn't seem to be lethal.
Well, just keep in mind, if you see anyone in town tomorrow who is rubbing their shoulder a little bit too much, looks like they're in pain.
Well,
It's
wait,
possible.
hold on a second, guys. Why? What if this guy could have left a blood trail? Maybe we could follow that, or see if there's one.
How long ago is this Dre now? Like at least an hour?
Nah, it's
Two.
probably been only like a half hour or so since the guard showed
Still,
up.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still be somewhere in the town. But if it leads out into the forest, I mean, I guess we're out of luck. Who thinks we should check?
Probably. Wow. Reyka's here. She's good at that shit.
Oh yeah!
I feel like our chances of finding them in the middle of the night if they went into the woods is slim to none, unless we
Yeah, I
have
agree.
ways of seeing.
But I'd want to see if they're actually still in town.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they're going to try and attack us again tonight, though.
No,
They'll
definitely not.
probably regroup with anyone else they might have in town.
But if we have the chance to catch them off guard, I don't know. Maybe we should at least try.
I suppose it doesn't hurt to just see if there's any kind of trail.
Alright.
Yeah, Let's go look.
Checking for a trail costs nothing.
You guys head over to the window that got smashed out by the individual jumping through it. Doesn't take a survival check to see that there are, like, splotches of blood droplets in the snow. Here and there.
It's right, it's snowy.
It's
even better.
winter. I know this
right.
map is not, covered in snow, but it's winter. And it does make it pretty obvious which direction this individual headed. As they cruised very much southwest out of town, you can see the blood trail at least seems to point toward the forest. Actually, pretty much the direction that Synas and Bud had gone to go see where Reyka went. But the moment the blood trail kind of hits the main road area, it kind of lose it in the mud and muck of the wagon trails.
Is there any way I can do like a survival?
You can do a survival check
to
now.
see if there's any other signs.
You can do a survival check.
Okay. Just in case we're
Mhm.
here, might as well try.
Yep.
Natural 1, baby.
Awesome. Awesome.
Can't see anything!
You're leaning down to try and see if you can find any blood or like boot prints or anything, and you lose your footing in some of the like half melted slush, and you just face first straight into the wagon trail. And just it's probably mud. Mostly.
Probably.
Everywhere, all along the front of Bud's body.
Probably.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to wash my clothes.
But you're not able to pick up on any trail, unfortunately.
Alright, man. Man.
Would it be beneficial for any else to do a survival check, or those tracks are gone?
Repeated checks on the same thing. Like, you could try. It just gets harder.
That's not where it's like. I thought it was harder if you
Yeah.
did that.
I can give it a try. Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
Reyka has to go beyond plus ultra to get this.
14.
What'd you say, Synas?
14.
14. You don't slip in the mud, and spend a few minutes kind of trying to line up some of the boot tracks here and there that cut through this wagon trail area with this blood splotching, and you check the other side where some snow is. There's no more blood splotches that you can find anywhere. Unfortunately, on a 14, you don't manage to pick up anything.
Like the trail's gone cold, huh?
As far as I can tell, I think it's better to wait till morning.
Something tells me the devs didn't.
What?
It's like we try to go out or farther, and like this text just appears in the sky where it's like turn back or you will respawn.
You are outside the playable area.
Yeah,
Player detected.
Oh gosh.
And
What does this
by the
mean,
recliners.
Dad?
Oh gosh. As your party kind of finds the track a little cold, Rinn slaps her thighs and just
so I was thinking.
well gives the old Midwest goodbye.
Big old mess for and let's get the fuck to bed. Long rest.
You guys return to your rooms. Bud, you do your best to get the mud out of you, but yeah, you find, like a wash basin that you can clean your face off in, but your clothes are a mess.
Hey, Dre.
Hey, Del.
The room that I have, is it a 1 or 2 person?
It's
bed,
a
like the
2-person.
2 beds?
Yeah.
Okay. Thava's gonna kind of approach Reyka and be like, "You should sleep in the other bed in my room."
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
I would.
I
Well, it's not just that. I think I need another pair of eyes since I have the mask on me.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
So yeah, thought we'll.
And out of character, Reyka cannot be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If only Reyka were in the building when that happened.
If only.
I mean,
Like, when we do a surprise like birthday party for Reyka, like she opens the door
Yeah,
and
you
just
can't
like
be
doesn't
surprised.
like respond emotionally, whatever.
Just
It's
like-
oh.
I figured this was what you were doing in here.
Can't even be emotionally surprised. It's not just...
Yes, alert. Rules as written. Alert means you can no longer be emotionally surprised either. You are in fact taciturn to everything now. Oh my god, if only. That's hilarious.
Blessing and a curse, mayhaps.
We need like cursed versions of feats that give you a positive but also like a very strange negative.
That'd be
Like
fantastic.
Like you can't get sarcasm.
Yeah, like you lose the ability to understand humor, but you gain +3 to your AC. You're just too much of a blockhead now. Stuff like that. I need. Anyway, you guys settle down for the evening, in whatever arrangement you desire, and drift off to sleep. And you do gain the benefit of long rest, and no more knives are shoved into anybody's chests.
Thank God.
For now,
For now.
I initiate PvP. No.
Oh! Synas looms over Thava in the middle of the night.
No, I'm rooming
Yeah,
with
you want
Bud.
to do
Oh, you're right.
that?
Stabs Bud to death.
Can I help you?
Stab yourself.
Stab yourself.
God, I don't even think I'm proficient with anything with a blade. God.
Oh my goodness.
He'll just grab your wrist as you're going in to stab him.
Can I help you?
What you doing with that dagger?
but
Like,
just,
oh, good morning. Is it time to get up?
you know, like the random like serious Japanese that like someone might say like "orewa," but just does that in Elvish. Normal voice.
Bud just grabs his. Oriwa, nani desu. I'm so sorry. That's much more somber cello. That's the wrong thing. I wanted that. There we go. Much better. The morning comes, and it is a beautiful, no clouds in the sky, wonderful morning. Some of you are up with the sun, no problem. Others are probably awoken by the sound of the commotion of everyone else in the inn finally coming out in the morning. Boots, everyone is excitedly, quickly getting out. Probably several people ready to travel. And outside, the sound of individuals yelling, horses being readied for travel, caravans mounting up, begin. But the day is yours.
Is it? Because I thought we had to go talk with the person.
Okay, the morning
It's
is
not
yours.
ours.
Yeah, it's not
Morning
ours.
is not ours.
It's theirs.
All right. As you're,
We can't be
Our day is
fugitives.
theirs.
all right, all right.
Obligated to appeal in court. Oh,
Gotta go to fucking jury.
You got jury duty.
man.
As you guys gather your things and begin to head out, coming into the front room lobby area of the inn, you see the innkeeper speaking with a what did I write down? Where's my NPC? Where is he? Ah, yes, you see an individual in somewhat more bedecked, nice armor, a golden dragonborn, talking to the individual who runs the place. As your party emerges from the sleeping quarters, he turns to all of you and nods his head respectfully. You see he's holding a helmet under one arm and has a symbol emblazoned on his chest that looks like multiple boars being stabbed by a individual with multiple spears, which is the symbol of the town of Tribor.
Whoa, 3 boars.
Whoa, Tribor!
Oh,
Wow.
Oh my god. He nods to all of you as you have this realization. Good morning. I've been sent to collect you. Are you the individuals who are involved in the... He unfurls a scroll to look over it. The minor scuffle which occurred last night in this inn?
Minor scuffle?
As it's been noted down, yes.
I mean...
It seemed like it was handled rather quickly and elegantly, according to accounts.
Rinn raises her eyebrows and looks at the party.
Mine
Do we
is...
want to roll with this? Do we want to just roll with this? Or do
It felt like a minor scuffle. That would be us.
I slit a man's throat?
Minor scuffle. One man.
Only one.
Only one. Well, follow me. The Lord Protector would very much like to speak with you. And the Dragonborn puts their helmet back on and heads out the front door expecting you to follow them, basically.
Let me book it. No.
Yeah, I guess we go.
Jury duty.
You are, as a group, led to the center of town, to the slightly leaning multi-story tower that you had seen on the way in. And especially compared to last night, the town is absolutely bustling with activity. There are horse-drawn caravans going this way and that, individuals sprinting about. This is a very active place, even at 8 a.m.-ish, when it is right now. At the front door, you see several other guards salute this Dragonborn as they approach. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Thank you. And you are led inside, greeted by cobblestone set walls with wooden support structures. Several tapestries line the walls, and oil sconces cast a gentle light about the halls. It's a very utilitarian and, it looks like it was decorated to be a little less plain, but you can only do so much with gray walls and a gray background. You're led up to the second floor to a large meeting room which stands at the northwest corner of the building. And the Dragonborn opens the door and gestures for you all to enter. Inside, you see a very large room, probably 30 feet long, 20 feet wide. There is a massive table in the center and plenty of chairs scattered around it. At the head of the table, you see a human female with a tannish complexion, black hair which rests about shoulder length, very stern features, very RBF going on, with a couple of scars through her right eyebrow that kind of breaks up the hair there. You see she wears a layered brown and tan leather jacket, which has broad shoulders, with a plain tunic beneath. Very nice kept black trousers, boots. She looks very official. Several of you notice immediately, as she stands to greet you, that she wears a brooch on her chest, which very much is similar to the harper symbol that you've seen. It's a silver harp, but it seems to have a lot more filigree and vines sort of wrapping through it. It's similar, but you're not sure if it's exactly that. She gives a little nod to the individual who had brought you here, who closes the door behind the last of your party. And she gestures to the chairs around the table. Please, sit down. Any of you wine drinkers? Man, I know it's a little early, but by the sounds of it, you guys were attacked in the middle of the night, so...
Sure.
I was about to say, Rinn, do you want some?
Yeah.
She walks over to a cabinet on the side of the room and pulls out a unlabeled bottle of what is unmistakably wine. She comes over and pours a glass for anyone who wants one, while she muses, kind of a bit distractedly, perhaps making a bit of small talk. I personally make one of the best bottles of wine on the Sword Coast, if I do say so myself. Kind of a hobby I picked up after I stopped adventuring, so, enjoy. Hate to see guests in town get harmed. She replaces the bottle in the cabinet, goes to sit in the chair at the head of the table again. So, you guys, you all look fine, at least. That's good. Mind, telling me why a group of individuals tried to, murder you all last night?
Rinn kind of purses her mouth closed and looks at Thava.
Oh, yeah, sure. That doesn't mind.
I'm just a little guy. I don't know. It's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. You should have some wine.
Wait. Oh, this is probably truth wine or something.
Who says that? You don't know that.
I don't know that.
That's my guess.
Anyways, Thava will just say, after clearing her throat, did you hear anything about a dragon to the south in the Sword Mountains? That's where it was, right? The Sword Mountains?
Yep, it was up in the Sword Mountains.
Myself and this group of adventurers here slew the dragon in the Sword Mountains. And ever since then, we seem to have caught the attention of the dragon cult.
She nods a little bit, looking you guys over one by one, and squinting her eyes a little bit, before just showing a little bit of a smirk. Yeah, I heard there was a, interesting group of adventurers who managed to kill, what was it calling itself? Cryovane?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting such a, She takes a long pause as she looks you guys over again. Such a motley crew, but, well, suffice to say I'm pretty impressed.
Are you some kind of harper or something?
You see her eyebrows come up a little bit as she looks at you and goes, have you met a few?
A few on the road.
Well, I suppose it's no secret around town or anything. But yes, I was a harper in my adventuring days. I've been around a lot, seen a number of things that I'd really rather have not seen, and been in a lot of bad situations, so. She picks up a glass of what is assumably wine and takes a sip of it.
Can I get a vibe check on her?
Sure, give me an insight check.
D20.
I'll have some
vibe check.
I want a vibe check.
I don't know. I'm
What
checking.
does a 20 tell me?
A 20. She is being very, very plain with you. She appears to be just, honestly, vibing. She seems very relaxed. She's got her shoulders relaxed. She's very clearly, scrutinizing every single one of you visually. But in the way that someone who is trying to get a measure of people would.
Yeah.
But she's chill, from what you can tell. She's just...
Okay.
She's enjoying this conversation.
Okay.
Reminds me a lot of the group I used to run with back in the day, too. Bunch of fucking weirdos. Anyway, not the reason you're here. Let me be the first to apologize to you. Your first experience in my humble town was unpleasant, to say the least. Promise that's not normal around here. But you've made enemies with a pretty powerful foe, I'd say. Dragon cult. It's fun.
Yeah, we're pretty well aware.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Sent a bunch of mediocre assassins after you guys. That seems a little strange. You guys are no worse for wear, and there's a couple dead and one in my jail. So, that's interesting. Usually they're a bit better about this.
We did leave. We did get on the road pretty quickly. They may not know exactly where we were going. Did the one that's in the prison, have they spoken at all?
Well, he woke up and is refusing to answer really any of my questions. I've had to make sure that my guards don't beat the man senseless before we're done with him. But he's being real cagey. Keeps answering the same few specific lines. Probably got a script of some kind.
Well, if he is a dragon cultist, he's as good as dead anyways. They don't exactly look kindly on failure, from my understanding.
That's true. It's true. Though his demeanor doesn't seem to really reflect that. I would offer, if you'd like, to ask them a couple questions. You're welcome to. They're downstairs in one of the back corners of the dingy little jail we keep down there. But
I wouldn't be against it.
you know, good luck is all I can say. Well, she taps her finger on the edge of the glass a few times. I'm not, gonna charge you with anything or make you pay any, whatever. It's fine. I'm not here to judge you guys or anything. I just like to know what the hell is going on in my little corner of the world. She takes another few sips. I'm assuming you guys are just passing through then.
That was
Correct.
the plan.
Sure. Can I ask where you're headed? Off to kill another dragon? She kind of gives all of you a little bit of a grin, as if she's just told a great joke for some reason.
Any luck? Hopefully not.
Oh, Synas, I don't know about that.
We may be 2 for 2, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the choice.
Well, we only killed a green one and a white one. There's still a few other colors.
I like her. She's fun. That's fun. Well, wherever you're heading, Godspeed to all of you. Hopefully, you don't run into too much problem. Yeah, like I said, I'll give you, 5-10 minutes downstairs with this prisoner. Otherwise, we're just gonna hold on to him for now. See what they're about. See if any more of their friends are around still. Oh, actually, before you guys leave, she looks around at your group. Can I have everyone take off any gloves that they have on? Show me your hands, Bear, real quick.
Yeah.
Why would they-
Sure.
I'm just
Sure?
curious. Just double checking. Just curious.
Why?
Not wearing any.
Well, I'll tell you
Okay.
after. Just show me your hands.
Yeah, I don't
Rinn
think
takes off her
Thava was
gloves.
wearing any.
She looks about at your guys' group, squints a little bit, nods.
Looking for a 6-fingered man or something?
Oh, no, nothing like that. Dragon cult members are known to get tattoos on their hands, signifying their ranks in many cases.
Wait, did I not know that?
I think
Knowledge acquired.
knowledge acquired. It's, not something that comes up too often. Usually most people are just like, oh, that's kind of a neat pattern, but they do have meaning. I just wanted to make sure you guys weren't secretly cultists, you know? Just kind of, you guys show up and then dragon cultists show up in my town. It's kind of a coincidence. It's weird.
But her hands, how are her hands?
she doesn't have gloves on. Her hands are fine. So, yeah. No, the guy downstairs there, he's got one of the basic tattoos for when someone's just entered into the cult. They get one tattoo per finger, usually in a color that they kind of relate to, based on their ranks. So,
how do you know so much about the dragon cults?
Well, it's not like they're anything new. They've been around for much longer than I've been alive. Hundreds and hundreds of years, doing all sorts of crap. Summoning Dracoliches and burning down cities, yada yada yada. Usually they're not too big of a deal, but I've run into them here and there, so. And especially when I was part of the Harpers, they've been keeping a close eye on them for a while, so I know a thing or two.
So they're just usually causing trouble.
Yeah, you don't really see cultists of Tiamat trying to hand out bread at a charity. Maybe they'd do it if it was poisoned. Maybe. She kind of thinks a little bit. Anyway. Yeah, you guys are free to go. I just wanted to check in with all of you first. And like I said, if you want 10 minutes, quick interrogation of that fellow downstairs, feel free. On your way out.
Thava kind of looks at the others like, what we're doing here.
Yeah. Sounds like he's not gonna talk, but we can try.
No fire, Rinn.
God damn. I mean, it usually works.
You guys hear the door that you entered in through open up once again, and the Dragonborn is still standing there, just waiting for you all. Gestures out toward the hallway again.
Okay.
All right, let's go have a civil conversation. At room temperature.
And he leads you guys down back to the main floor and then down through a locked cellar door that leads to a grouping of cells within which sit a couple of individuals here and there. Looks like there's a disheveled dwarf in one and a couple of humans in another, and he takes you to the last cell in the corner and gestures at this disheveled-looking, scrawny human sitting in the corner of the cell, who looks up at all of you with furrowed, worried brow, I would say, as the keys clank through the lock to unlock it, and the Dragonborn opens the door for you. You've got 10 minutes. Don't have too much fun. I don't like watching that.
Well,
Thava walks in first.
anybody else want to take point, or just kind of
Not really about that. I'm not too good about interrogating folks.
Are Thava and Rinn gonna
Yeah,
be the ones
same.
that have fun?
Unless you want me to be good cop or something.
Thava, you be good cop. I'll be bad cop. Okay.
Are you sure? He was the one that tried to kill me.
Sure, but I slit somebody's throat, so maybe it'll make me look more intimidating.
Thava looks down at the guy, though. Does he still have that mark on his neck? from
Oh,
when
yeah.
She,
He very clearly has, like, a couple bite wounds in his neck.
Oh, that's right. You bit the fuck out.
Yeah, she just kind of kneels down in front of him and she just says, "Remember me?"
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. You be back.
You see him tense up, and one of his hands goes to his neck, and he's just like, "Are you here to fucking kill me?"
Maybe. We want to ask you some questions first, though.
Sure, I guess. Fine.
One of the dragon cultists, right?
Maybe.
You know, I've killed quite a few of them in my time, and she kind of like grabs his hand and looks at the tattoo on it, kind of looking it over.
And what you see on his hand is a kind of like a thin line that leads to kind of like a silhouette of a dragon's mouth up the middle finger of his hand in red ink tattooed into his hand.
Probably haven't been with them very long, have you?
Not very, no.
Of course they send the newbies to try and take care of something like this.
He just stares at you, kind of a mix of fear and trying to keep a strong face despite everything.
So, you're going to tell us who sent you?
You see his eyes widen a little bit, and he goes, "No, nope, no.
Do you remember what happened last night?
I was here to send a message and get at the mask. That's all I was doing.
You didn't do a very good job at it, did you?
The mask was stolen from my master, and that's all we were here to take."
It sure seems like you were here to take some lives while you were at it.
Secondary, you don't know what kind of hells you've brought upon yourselves.
You know what happens to cultists that fail, right?
And he stays quiet, just staring at you.
You know, in your situation, you really don't have anything else to lose at this point. You might as well try and help us out and maybe, you know, get as far away from here as possible.
He shakes his head a little bit and goes, "No, I can't tell you anything."
And why not?
I can't.
They'll what? They'll kill you?
I can't tell you anything.
You can't or you won't.
He tries to. He seems to be trying to, like, press himself into the wall as if he'll go through it, hopefully, away from you. I can't tell you anything.
Can I use... I'm gonna do a ping real quick, just for the hell of it. See if there's any kind of weird energy going on here.
From this individual, you don't sense anything that your divine sense would tell you.
Can also do detect magic. I'm wondering if he's under some kind of spell. That's what I'm saying. Like he's some kind of under some kind of effect. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you want to cast detect magic?
Sure, I don't mind.
Sure. Need to get more water. You cast detect magic. You see kind of the center of his forehead seems to light up with an odd little symbol, and you get enchantment as the school of magic.
Oh.
Synas, Thava will turn back towards him. Do you have dispel magic?
Synas.
Synas.
Synas!
He's not there anymore. He's just gone.
Did
Sorry,
we
say
go
again?
to the bathroom or something?
Meditating.
Synas, do you have Dispel Magic?
Do I have Dispel Magic? I wouldn't. I'd need to prepare it tomorrow.
Rinn looks at the dude and Thava, and she says, I want to try something. There was a spell my mom used to do when I was a kid.
Fireball.
Thava kind of
no.
looks at you weird because it's like Thava kind of looks at you a little strangely because it's like thinking that this. I'm assuming this is some kind of bewitching thing where it's like he's not allowed to say certain things or whatever. But
Right.
It's like okay, that's a little weird that your mom do that.
She was skilled at what she did. I'm gonna go ahead and cast suggestion and see if I can if he can beat a wisdom 17.
Oh, wisdom. Oh boy. Okay. Not with that roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What is
So-
your suggestion to him?
Rinn kind of like waves her hand over like she was trying to like get a and she gives him a mom look. That's what she does.
Okay.
And she says to him, "Look, buddy, things will probably go better for you if you can help us out. Help us help you. Tell us who sent you."
I have to think. I have to read something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. You see his eyes kind of, a little bit of magic spirals through his eyes as your magic takes hold on him. And you see he kind of starts to shake a little bit.
Oh no.
Kind of his hand starts shaking and his eyes go a bit wide as you see he says, "It was Master Va," and I need to roll damage real quick.
I knew something was gonna happen if he said something.
Oh, no.
Where are my d10s?
This thing's gonna fucking kill him.
Is his head gonna explode?
16, 23, 31. Okay. He begins to say a name. And the second he does, there is a pulse of magical energy that brands this odd mark that Thava had seen in his forehead, and then you see that mark just burrow straight through his skull.
Oh god.
My God.
And the man slumps very dead on the floor in front of you.
Shit.
Well,
Get the guard.
Oh no, I'm standing right here. No, I saw that.
He's just like oh, clearly he was enchanted with something.
Yeah, that checks out. Makes sense as to why he wouldn't say anything to any of us.
Shit.
Oh well, I'll get the cleanup, guys.
Fuck.
You guys should probably get on the road.
Do we at least catch the first like couple letters of that?
and A, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. Something like that.
Does that sound familiar? Right.
Make
You're just like
I have to
remember
think.
some
What
names
would-
being thrown at me.
What
You had some
would?
names thrown at me.
Yeah, I don't. Who would you have?
You can DM me if you want.
You know, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah, sure. DM me.
Whoa.
I do need you.
Slide my
I do need you to
DMs
make
for
a history check, and then I'll slide into your DMs
Okay,
for you.
okay. I mean, I'm not good at history, dude. Don't
Yep,
make me do this.
I know. That's
I
the
feel
point.
it's okay. 15.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
It's okay.
Wait. Isn't... What's the name of the, rich hoity-toity guy that was, like, stalking Rinn?
That's kind of what he was doing.
Ocean. Wait a
Doesn't he have a
fucking
different
minute.
name?
That's his last name. It's Ocean Petal.
Where's his first name?
Didn't we have an assumption that we're kind of on to Ocean Petal's father probably being a cultist of some variety?
Most definitely.
Because they
Hold
sent-
on.
Because they sent cultists with Ocean Petal's caravan.
That's a good point.
Remember?
Oh.
My brain's
found
just
that
trying to
out.
go Vander something.
Branson Ocean Petal.
That's his father.
Next time, Synas, we should probably have that spell prepared. Seems like a handy one to have if you know it.
I do, I just didn't expect novices to need it. If they were a little more skilled, I would have thought they would have had more value, but I guess that's what we're dealing with. Noted.
DM, can I please be reminded of Ocean Petal's name?
I have to go look it up now.
Oh
Oh yes, because I remember every single NPC that I've ever made.
I feel like we've come across an NPC that starts with VA.
Yeah, probably.
Like my brain is just like Vander something.
I'm just going with Arcane.
But it's
Vander.
kind of like
I don't
Vander.
have anything in my notes.
Oh, wait. Was this something that we heard from? Wait, okay, Dre.
Mhm.
Was this something that we all heard, or is this something that only Thava would know?
That's something that you would know because of your relation to that group.
Okay.
Why don't I have... Excuse me? Where is Pretty Boy's name? Keep going. I have to look up a name.
Oh, goddammit. Okay.
It could. Thava would just kind of think for a moment and be like, "It could be Master Varam.
Varam. Who's that?
Who's that?
He's the White Dragon speaker."
How do you know
Which
that?
would make perfect sense, wouldn't it?
We do have the White Dragon, Matt. What? Rinn's got a good question. How do you know that?
I didn't exactly hide the fact that I've had run-ins with these guys in the past.
But even somebody with that kind of position?
It's not like these guys are completely secretive about. Well, okay, that's not. So you bump into them enough, and you eventually start finding out some basic stuff about their organization.
You know what? That's fair.
Fair enough. But,
Orina. That's his first name.
Arena, okay.
Why am I stuck on the Van?
Sounds like a girl's name.
Whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
One day, when I finally drop my cover, that's what I'll sound. It'll be devastating.
It will devastate his ego completely. Yeah.
I know what you mean, Deriaz. Like, it's like on the tip of my tongue, like it's like Vander something.
I mean, you guys dealt with Venom Fang, the dragon, but
I did see that in my notes. I'm like, that's the closest I could find.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
there's been a VA name that I've put in yet.
Maybe my brain's probably just crossing wires with something else. That
Maybe I'm just
Probably.
crossing wires with like League of Legends, like Arcane.
Vander.
Yeah.
Vander.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay. But yes, the guard gestures for you guys to leave as he has a couple of guys come down to deal with the now corpse in there. One of which kind of almost seems to grimace and look like he might throw up a little bit. It's just like, oh,
Pretty gross.
fucking gruesome. What the? And I think that's a good spot to take a short break because I need water.
Okay.
I'm turning
that's
into
fair.
Imhotep
Nice.
from the beginning of The Mummy 2 where sand comes out of his mouth,
Yeah,
and I'm losing it.
that's
So
not
let's take a couple minute break here so I can water myself.
All right.
Like you're like a plant.
Yeah,
Remember to water your drain.
it's very important. Hey there, this is Dre, the DM for Campaign 2 of the Dorks in Danger. We hope you're enjoying this episode, and we want to thank you for listening and watching. If you never want to miss an upload, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Share it with a friend if you like what we're doing here, or leave a comment. It helps us out. Remember that we upload every other Monday. And now, back to the adventure.
I wonder if Dre knows how excited I am to play D&D.
I'm so keeping that in. That's staying in, yeah. Wow, guys, I'm so excited. Let's play D&D.
It's so weird. It's like they can hear my thoughts.
Oh, stop. Oh my god.
I'm stealing
God,
that
you're
from
such a baka.
I'm stealing
my
that from
God.
like a clip I saw on Instagram. This guy is in Call of Duty lobbies and he does that to
Oh
people.
my lord. That's amazing.
I think I've
Okay.
seen that. Oh, it's so good.
It's like, I wonder if I should tell this gamer girl how cool she is.
Oh, that's awful. Okay. You guys are presently walking out of the Tower of the Lord Protector in the center of Tribor. Your horses are in front of the inn. Still all set next to each other. Yeah. What would you like to do?
There's something else we have to do here. I think we're heading north
Yeah, we're going to
before the day gets too late.
Reyka's brother's house.
Yep.
Otherwise-
His house, you say?
yeah. He's
That's
under
what's
house
happening.
arrest.
Wow.
That's what's happening.
That's what we're doing.
You guys take the time
Mhm.
to prep your horses and get ready to ride. Can I have someone give me a d6 roll?
No,
Well, okay.
not
Don't let the DM choose on his own.
Yeah,
Do it. I got a 4.
a 4. Cool, wonderful.
Yeah.
The weather is beautiful, clear, and there is just a light breeze as you guys begin your travel northward.
My horse once for a little bit out of town.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of do the jaunty walk with the horses out, Thava jogging alongside for a ways until you, like, wind around a bend, and then you summon your nightmare.
Evil horse. Yeah.
These
As
the baddies.
are we the baddies?
I don't think you guys are. Well,
Just
not all of
Thava.
you.
It's just
I mean,
Thava.
Rinn is a little questionable.
Questionable. Yeah, that's a way to put
What questions do you have?
it. Ask them.
Ask them. I'm an open book.
You guys set out on the road once again. Now on not crummy trails that are driven by like one or two wagons once in a while, but an actually well-kept main road leading north, which allows you to actually fully ride, like 3 side by side, and it's a lovely, lovely bit of travel. There is, birds flying through trees here and there, but mostly you are traveling between the rolling hillscape of this portion of northern Faerun. If anyone would like, they could make a perception check for the day's travel. If there's anything you guys would like to do, this path is pretty well patrolled, it seems. You guys do see, guard groups here and there scattered about, so it's a pretty safe road from what you can think.
The only thing
I got a 13.
13, okay.
The only thing I want to do is whenever we take a small break to like rest or whatever, is that detect magic on the scroll case.
Sure.
If Reyka will let me. I'm not gonna open it, Just want to see what it might ping.
Oh, and just safe
If
to assume I have informed the other 2 members of the scroll case.
Yeah,
Right.
I figure.
What are we talking about?
Don't worry about it. She met
Don't
a
worry
friendly
about it.
person in the woods at 1 a.m.
Yeah,
in a
a
bush.
friendly visitor.
Oh, did she now? Reyka, I always knew you had it in you.
What are you on about? What's going on?
Ah, yes, Reyka's friendly visitor. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, if Reyka will
Friendly
let him,
nighttime visitor.
if Reyka will let him, Synas will do a detect magic just to see.
Yeah, as long as you promise not to tamper with it.
Yep, no opening.
Yeah, you guys.
Alright, she hands him the case.
You guys find like a nice hilly area to stop off for a little bit. And, sit down for a snack, perhaps. And Synas, you spend the time ritual casting detect magic. The scroll case itself seems to have abjuration magic on it. It is definitely magical.
What is abjuration magic?
Things like locks, shielding, rune wards, protective magics.
So don't try and open it.
Okay.
You are not sure if the contents within are magical, but the case itself certainly is.
Alright, so he will most likely know if we open it. If he's got magic tied to it, he's definitely keeping an eye on this and wants it safe.
Kinda not surprising.
So
Does
I,
your Dark Souls music like immediately start playing when we open the box?
I can't help but wonder what type of scroll or what object that could kind of fit in something like this would be delivered, but you made a promise, so... And he'll offer the scroll case back.
Reyka puts it back in her pack.
You guys continue your ride after a bit of lunch, a brief respite. And you guys travel the rest of the day, a brisk ride at a normal pace. Reyka, you notice, mainly that you don't see many other caravans coming northward. As many caravans as there were set up in Tribor, ready to travel, along this path, which is a main trading route, as far as you're aware, there's not actually a ton of trade traffic. But beyond that, you don't notice much else.
Something blocking up ahead.
You guys ride for the better part of 8 hours or so, and your horses grow tired. You have to make camp for the evening, somewhere perhaps near the road or further off to the side. The area around you, you see off to your east some wide open plains with scattered trees and bushes here and there, as well as what appears to be a nice, not a full river, but like a meandering creek that wanders here and there through it. To your west are much larger, more rocky hills that would lead to the Neverwinter Woods. But you guys find a place to settle down, maybe near the river, maybe wherever you guys would like, to let the horses rest for the evening as the sun begins to fall behind the horizon, and a fairly uneventful day of travel occurs.
Woo! Boring days are good days.
Would you like to set up watches for the evening as you guys get your camp set up and your horses settled in? The usuals?
Usual.
I'm so lost without my usual watch partner.
Rinn looks
Oh,
up to
know
the
what you're
sky.
cupping?
I want to watch with Reyka this time because she's competent.
Okay, so the third watch then.
Sure.
You be able to get up that early?
Get up at 4 a.m.
Never mind. Thava, what are you up to?
Usually it's Thava and Synas in the middle of the night, Bud and Reyka in the morning, and it was Naya and Rinn for the first watch. So
I can't do this alone. We're gonna have to shake this up.
up to you guys. I just want to know who's who and where's where and what's what.
Nobody's volunteering.
I can do it with Rinn.
He says disappointedly.
I won't be that way.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check, or with Rinn's help in some way, advantage for Bud.
Do it.
I'll cup your non-existent ears.
Somewhere. I got a 21.
That's pretty darn
Not
good.
natural.
That's pretty good. An unnatural
What
21.
do I see?
You settle down with Bolt, and Rinn kind of puts her hands on either side of your head as you're just sitting there watching, and you just let it happen. Kind of just don't have ears per se, but you know. Mainly what you see is the placid calm of the dusk evening. It's fairly uneventful. You see several other, encampments starting to pop up, little trails of smoke rising from different points further to your south and a bit to your north. You see, off in the distance, probably like at the edge of where you'd be able to see to the horizon, it looks like what's coming up tomorrow looks like it's leading back into ranching land again, as you think you see like a solo farmhouse atop a pastured field area further along. But beyond that, you don't notice anything much.
Would I happen to know, like, who owns this farmhouse in this area?
I
Probably
don't
not.
think you've come up this north much.
Yeah, it would be unlikely.
Yeah, so I don't think he would be aware.
Okay.
But if there's anything else you guys would like to do on your watch, otherwise, the middle of the night watch can come along.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Go.
Yep. Okay.
I think Synas. Wait, is it Synas or wait? Does Synas have night vision or dark vision?
Dude, yeah, I have 60 feet. And I got the alarm spell around the camp anyways, so
Yeah, I think you have a higher perception, so probably you should.
I got
I'll give you
8.
advantage. I'll help out.
Okay.
What, with advantage?
With advantage.
Oh no, I haven't rolled yet. I was just saying I have a +8. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a 19 is
19.
what I rolled.
Okay. Synas, your eyes are drawn skyward, as tonight is a particularly clear evening, and the stars are just perfectly on display.
Heck yeah, the boys.
Da boys.
The boys in the sky.
And suddenly a castle emerges out of the sky
Just-
and walks out the.
Oh, I love that song.
Oh, castle in the sky.
There's a place in my mind.
Your watch is fairly uneventful for a while. And you hear the sound of the crunch of snow off to the side of your camp, and then your alarm spell triggers.
Nope. Well, now that I know alarm can audibly make a noise when it's triggered, the little bell starts going off for a minute.
Glancing over, you see what appears to be a elderly looking gentleman in a fine robe approaching your campsite, who appears to have been startled a bit by the jingling of the bell of the alarm. And he seems to just gently chuckle and go, "Apologies, I did not mean to intrude. I was not expecting you all to be so, cautious. My apologies."
I love him.
He You
Ping him.
Oh, man.
It,
I want to know.
for the record, when the alarm goes off, it awakens people if
Yeah.
they're asleep. So
All of us? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone is
it
just
should-
suddenly awake.
Also, my horse is here.
Yeah.
My horse is here.
Peter. Your ping comes back weirdly celestial. That's weird.
Celestial.
Very strange.
Whoa.
But you see an elderly-looking man in a fine robe. He appears human. He has a large, bushy, but very well-kept beard. A gentle expression, smile lines through his face.
You have a bunch of canaries with him.
No. This is not Muhammad. It's okay.
okay, kill him.
Okay.
He keeps his
Get him.
distance a bit from you all, especially as you all wake up. Probably some of you grabbing at weapons in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And he just folds his hands together and goes into a deep bow with his head and righting himself back up goes, "Most wonderful evening. My apologies for waking you.
You're quite a bit of ways from town, and it's quite late at night. Are you lost?
Well, one is never lost when..." And you see him glance up toward the sky with a smile. "When the guiding lights are so brilliantly on display. It has been a long travel, though. Might I sit with you for a few minutes?"
Thava kind of looks to Synas. And then back again.
I certainly don't see why not.
Rinn walks up. Who the fuck is this guy?
Well, that's not
Oh,
He
Anyway.
just stumbled into our camp.
any way to introduce yourself to a guest. Come on.
wonderful evening, young lady. Do you all enjoy tea?
Yeah.
Thava just kind of.
What you got?
Oh, a few different kinds. Mostly just floral teas. That's what I prefer.
Oh, nice.
Before sharing any kind of drink, of course, it'd be rude not to ask. What can we call you by? I'm Synas, and obviously you've startled us a little bit.
Yes, I do apologize for that. I am a bit overly friendly. I am sorry. You may call me Starseeker Narud. That is my title and my God's given name.
Rinn is very suspicious of this man.
And by chance, what are you? Because I know you're not human.
Well, that's rather a rude thing to say. I don't know. I think I am human, as far as I am aware.
Can I make... What kind of check would it be to see if I recognize that name?
Give me
Maybe history? No.
history or religion.
What am I better at? Oh, they're both pretty bad.
Cool.
Let's do history.
Okay.
Oh, 19.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, okay.
17 plus 2.
Very nice. Synas, at hearing the title of Starseeker, something kind of clicks in your head. There is an odd order of, for lack of a better term, astrologists, astrologians, I guess, who are known to observe the sky and treat the arrangement of the stars and the predictions of the stars very much like a religion. Generally, they are known to be wandering oracles, and are somewhat rarely met outside of the observatories that they're often inhabiting.
Synas is definitely going to bring that up. You call yourself a star seeker, Narud. Are you? Do you have an observatory nearby? Has something happened that's brought you out so late at night?
Ah, you're familiar with The Order of Eccentric Old Men, then. Good. Well,
Vaguely, I've been around.
wonderful. He keeps glancing at Rinn, who's like still up in his face a little bit.
Insight check.
Yeah, okay, insight check.
That's a solid 10.
Okay. He seems to be pretty plain and truthful with you.
My favorite answer to like a mediocre bad check.
Ah,
He
you rolled
seems to
bad.
be telling the truth. Like he
Seems good
seems
to me.
fine.
The hallway seems clear of traps.
Yeah. The dragon doesn't seem like it's about to kill you.
You don't hear anything.
He nods to you, Synas, adjusting his robe a bit around himself. No, actually, I was making a bit of a pilgrimage northward. There is an observatory to the north of the town of Mirabar that I like to frequent around wintertime. It gives you one of the best views of the skies in this part of the world, at least in my opinion.
Do you accept visitors? Because if there's an observatory, we are actually heading up towards Mirabar, and Synas starts kind of clearing out a spot next to the campfire that's kind of smoldering because he seems a little excited at this prospect. And he goes, well, we are heading to Mirabar, and it would be an honor to visit if you would have me.
Certainly. And he strides forward, kind of swerving his way around Rinn a little bit, and comes and sits down cross-legged and reaches into one of the large sleeves of his robe and pulls out a teapot, which he then sets in the fire. Then in the other sleeve, he reaches in and pulls out one cup, clocks it down on the rock, pulls out another cup on the rock. How many for tea?
I'll pass.
Want some?
A third cup comes out. He points at Rinn. Tea, young goat girl.
Young old girl.
Did you just call me a goat girl?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I've never seen one of your sort, but you do look a bit goat-like.
Oh. No thanks. I'm good.
And you, she appears to be still, she seems unengaged, sleeping. Young tiefling girl, would you like some tea?
You just see your hand kind of come up and sloppily wave it away.
Very good, very good. And he nods a few times.
You'll have to forgive some of them. We had a bit of a rough night last night.
Oh,
so
no.
to speak.
We haven't met too many friendly strangers. So,
He nods a little bit. Yes, that, I think that is rather common in this day and age. The world has become very dangerous for traveling types. You appear to be a group of adventurers. You probably draw it in, magnetically, I would think.
I'd still like to know why I smell celestial.
I am not certain. Perhaps it is the work which I do. Perhaps that is what you are sensing on me.
Thava kind of just looks to Synas for guidance on this, since Synas seems to be pretty knowledgeable about these guys somehow.
he's too starstruck.
Could I make... I'm gonna assume this one's a religion check regarding star seekers and celestials.
Yeah, that'd be
Or would that be
religion.
Arcana? Planes of existence?
Yeah, Arcana, I would say. I guess it depends what kind of knowledge are you looking to gain. Are you looking for, like...
I guess anything in my mind of celestials that are related to stars or anything astral
Sure.
that I might know of?
I'm gonna throw that under religion.
Religion? Oh, okay.
Because Arcana would have been way better, I'm sure. You and your plus
Oh, that's-
10,000.
You know what? I kind of want to use the inspiration that I'm sitting on for that.
Okay.
See, I'm gonna re-roll that 8 to be a 7.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it really sucks. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good.
I think.
It happens. I'm starstruck.
Yeah, I mean,
can't think straight.
I think maybe you think of, there are certainly deities related to stars, but I think in this moment you're a bit enraptured by meeting one of these weird hermit star watcher types. So you're not really sure in this moment.
Thava, maybe you're also a little starstruck, given the circumstance. This is not every night that we get a visitor that's not looking to kill one of us. Maybe it's messing with your senses.
I don't think so, but if it is celestial, perhaps I shouldn't worry. Perhaps.
And Thava, he just fixes you with a very friendly grin. Would you like any tea, Miss Dragonborn?
Like I said, I'll pass.
Very good. And by the time all this has transpired, you see he uses a stick to pull the teapot out of the smoldering flame a little bit and wraps his robe around it to pour out 3 cups of very, very, flowery, chamomile times 10 kind of scent. And
Super sleepy time tea.
he gestures to them and takes one himself and mainly just breathes in the steam for a moment. Some of his beard ends up in the cup. And kind of just a little bit wet. It's, it's a yellowish, greenish, very, very herbally floral tea.
He's going into a lot of detail with this.
I like tea.
Synas
I get
will
it, I
happily
get it.
take one.
Man, is this gonna knock me out?
Oh, it does help one get to sleep. I have found that. But no. Synas, was it?
Yes.
I would love for you to come visit. That specific observatory often studies the stars and the way they affect the weave of magic. I tend to go there at winter's height, when the night is longest. There's about a 1-month period where you get just a beautiful connection with everything up there. And
That sounds wonderful.
it is certainly a point where the material and the divine are capable of meeting so closely. You should, if you are going to be in the area for the next few weeks, certainly come visit.
And would you happen to know specifically the area? I don't believe I've got a map of the northern region on me. Actually, now that I think about it, would Synas have a map that goes that far north on him?
I think you would have. I think most of your maps would probably start to cut off around Gauntlgrim area, like the northern end of
That's kinda what
Neverwinter
I'm
Wood.
thinking. Yeah. Okay.
And he goes, "Well, hand me a map then. I will do my best to sketch it for you. I'm a pretty good cartographer myself."
Yeah, Synas will happily fish out his map then, as well as some extra paper and scrap in case we need to sketch the area further north.
And he pulls your map over into his lap and kind of balances it and starts sketching the road leading north from here. And it's not it's not perfect all the way up, but he kind of puts a big dot and writes Mirabar and nice flowy penmanship. And then he puts a couple of dotted lines kind of leading north. And he puts an arrow on one of the peaks toward the center there, basically straight north of Mirabar, in the Spine of the World mountain range. It is quite far north, and it does get bitter cold. But, as I said, the spine does offer some of the best views. So, whether you're just an admirer or an adherent, it's not a bad trip to make.
Sorry, you said inherent?
Adherent.
Adherent.
Practicing the religion of the stars and such.
No, I'm not familiar of the religion. I simply, how would I say? I look to them for guidance on where to roam, where to travel, decisions to make. I guess in a way that might actually be placing faith in something, if you think about it.
Perhaps in a way, yes. Maybe there you will find a different side to the stars. More of a communal rather than just a sideways asking for advice. And he just sets into drinking his tea quietly for a few moments, and every time he pauses, you see his gaze just moves to the stars, and he just seems to be relaxing, just admiring the view of the starscape above.
Well, I trust this guy. If he wants to stay the night, Synas will happily oblige.
I mean, the tea's good. I trust him.
It's probably 10 minutes or so pass, and unless you ask him any questions, he stays quiet and friendly. Just looking at the stars
Outside
for a
of
while.
idle small talk, no, Synas is fine to just vibe.
Eventually, he sets the cup back down and takes the teapot and slides it back in his sleeve. And then puts the one cup in his sleeve and goes to stand slowly, dusting himself off a bit. I will continue my walk, I think. I don't think I am ready to sleep myself. But...
Are you quite sure? It's already fairly late. You're
yes.
welcome to share the space until morning, if you feel it may be safer.
No, I'm not too worried. Sure, there are a few spaces I could find safe along the way, but I prefer to be awake during most of the night. You don't get to see the stars as much during the day, so I will continue my walk. I thank you all for your hospitality, he says, glancing at Rinn. I hope that we shall meet again, if the stars will weave our path together once more. Good travel to you, friends. And he just gives you all a grin and walks back on out of the camp, back toward the road.
And as he departs, Synas will say, fair travels to you as well, and may Nobanian watch over you.
And he glances back at you and just gives you a nice deep bow before walking along again, and vanishing off into the night, leaving you all to reflect, perhaps, or just get back to sleep.
I'm glad we have to worry about being woken up by someone every time we go to bed now.
That was wonderful. He was great.
I'm not saying he was bad, I'm just saying it's strange. I'm telling you that guy is more than he seems.
Oh, I don't doubt you on that. And Synas kind of straightens out his half robe and tries to brush back his hair a little bit and calm himself down, and eventually says, I just think it's nice that for the first time we aren't being stabbed in the middle of the night.
I suppose it's an improvement.
We'll see how your stomach feels in an hour or two after that tea.
feels great right now.
Mhm.
Everyone's so suspicious of my old guy NPC. What the
I
heck?
know.
I personally think he's fine.
What
but,
the
you know.
heck?
I think he's the best NPC we've met so far. I'm not biased.
He just might be, but he showed up in the middle of the night.
Also, I'm gonna set up the alarm spell again, obviously.
Yep.
How did my horse feel about that guy, by the way?
He kind of just watched him. He didn't seem to care too much.
How did who feel?
The
Oh,
horse.
your horse. Oh, the
Oof.
horse.
Horse
didn't
is
care.
okay.
Hmm.
He seemed indifferent. Didn't really behave in any other way other than the very stoic, quiet staring that he continues to do constantly.
All the time.
This guy just
Weird.
mindless.
He's not mindless.
Yeah, he talked at us once, but he's weird.
Did he talk to them? or
He talked
just
to
about-
just Thava.
Yeah.
It
he
was
talked- he
telepathy.
talked- us as in the communal
Yes,
us,
the
but just
royal we.
Their evil fucking voice.
What?
eyes unblinking, just staring straight at you.
Yeah,
Command
Thava is
me.
now okay with the horse being around, like keeping an eye on things, considering the fact that he got stabbed in the middle of the night.
Creepy horse is okay, but nice man with nice tea?
I mean,
Sus.
Thava, we gotta teach you priority.
My
hey, that
goodness.
was out of character. Okay.
No, I know.
You all find yourselves heading back to sleep fairly easily. You do not get poisoned. Nothing happens. You're fine.
Do I get negative exhaustion?
You know, no.
Oh,
But you do sleep really good.
hell yeah. Oh, this is a fantasy game.
You get a full night's
Right.
rest,
Okay,
and you
wow.
feel energized.
Oh,
For the last watch, the early morning watch, if Reyka could give me a perception check.
I would be happy
It would be
to.
really funny if we had the old man show up during the night, and then we had like another bad, like a bad thing show up in the middle of the night. Just like, can we get some fucking sleep, please?
Leave us alone!
Everybody wakes up with bags under their eyes.
Like, come on.
I rolled a measly 13.
A measly 13. Goodness. Your watch goes pretty uneventfully. Just mostly the early morning bird song, a few animals scampering about here and there that sometimes stray a little too close curiously to your guys' camp, but then get scared off by any movement or snoring. But you all wake up and gain the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah.
No one worse for wear. The old man is nowhere in sight.
Maybe he was just an old man.
what a nice old man.
What a nice old man.
You're biased.
A little. Just a smidge.
Just a smidgety bit. Once again,
For the record, I loved him too immediately.
Yeah, he's nice.
he seems nice.
I feel like the way to Buff's heart is a smiling face and delicious food
Pretty much.
or drink.
I think that's accurate. Your group once again saddles up, breaks down camp, and heads further north. Following along the path, you begin to see the next many miles of road are accompanied by farmland and ranch land. You see plenty of cows out in different pastures. You see also a notable reduction in snow. This region being a bit affected by the magic that gives Neverwinter and Neverwinter its name, where winter kind of just seems to vanish a little bit as you get to this area.
That's why it's called that.
You spend about, I'd say, 3-4 hours roaming along through the countryside along this trail. With nothing but a lightly clouded sky here and there, mostly clear again. Up ahead of you, you see everything, this area kind of valleys into and funnels into an area that has a wide-ish, 20-foot wide river coasting along your left side, following the road. From a distance, you see a town, which looks to be a cluster of maybe 10, 15 buildings, as well as, on the opposite side of this river, a cluster of large, oddly ornate buildings with one very tall tower jutting from them. And you see there are really no other roads. Everything kind of funnels down to this town. As you approach, there appear to be a few guards standing alongside the path who wave your group down as you begin to approach. Travelers, I hope you're not planning on going north. Longsaddle's in a bit of a, let's call it a travel lockdown right now.
Travel lockdown?
There's been a few, well, not a few, quite a number of roaming groups of undead in the northern roads here.
Undead?
It's become a bit of a scourge lately. If you are willing and able to help at all, if you're the adventuring type, I'd recommend heading to town, asking to see the Harpel family. But I'm just gonna tell you now, you're gonna get to town, you'll be like the last 4 people that came through here. They got told they're not allowed to go any further north until this problem's solved, so just so you're aware.
Sorry, Dre, you said what? What was the name to look out for?
The Harpel family.
So they're where? In Longsaddle? Is that what we're...
In Longsaddle.
This world really is going to shit, isn't it? Everywhere we go.
Do you know if there's any detours available? Like...
Are you afraid of some skeletons? Some zombies?
Look, if it's impassable... I mean, I'm not scared,
I don't
unless
think
it's
he said
like...
it's impassable. I think he said it was dangerous.
Okay, well... we can give it a shot.
There's just the main road that heads north. Anything else leads off into middle of nowhere. But, like I said, I'd recommend you stop into Longsaddle and speak with the folks in charge there. If you're capable adventurers, they might need your help. I'm just meant to be looking out for adventuring types as well, you know. They've been
Perhaps
having
this is an
problems.
opportunity to make some more coin?
Oh. Yeah, is there like a bounty for these things or something?
I don't think there's a bounty specifically that they've set, but I'm sure you could discuss it with the Lord and the Lady in town when you get there.
Oh, how long has there been a travel lockdown, out of curiosity?
We stopped allowing travelers through, 10 days ago? Something like that? Yeah, just about. So, it's been going on for a little bit. People have been saying there's, skeleton groups, ghouls ambushing people along the roads, and we haven't heard anything from Mirabarans to the north, so we assume that they're just not coming down here for right now.
With that long, they're probably going to be desperate for help, and we do need to go north. I mean, 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I don't mind making some extra coin. Besides,
Yeah, and I definitely need the extra coin.
Got no coin.
They're just undead. It shouldn't be a problem.
Well, if you're that confident, he just kind of gestures down the road toward the town. Go ahead on down there and see what kind of trouble you can get into. And he goes back to standing off the side of the road under a tree looking bored once again.
I think Thava's still on her horse, too.
Yep.
Her fucked up evil horse.
It's just, a flaming horse, like...
It's adventuring types. That's what we are. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's just normal for adventuring types.
We'll call it that.
Yeah, whenever somebody asks a question, just goes, I'm an adventurer.
It's just ruined from Darksiders. Don't worry about
You
it.
played that video game? Yeah?
Yeah, I love
Good.
games.
Oh my god.
I'm a gamer.
Oh,
I love streaming Fortnite.
Oh my
but don't
god.
say that ever again. I don't want this.
Where are we flipping, y'all?
We draw the line at gamers in this group.
Oh, I hate it. Your group rides on toward the town of Longsaddle. Coming up closer, you can see there is a the ornate structure, a large towering object in the distance off to the west, off to your northwest. As you come closer, it becomes obvious that there is some kind of shimmering wall field of some kind that you can see rising above the northern edge of town.
Arcana check.
Go ahead.
25.
Wow, my goodness.
12 plus 13.
Wow. Very good.
It's terrifying that on a natural 20 you'd get a 33.
Oh,
Love magic.
Magic.
magic. We only need somebody.
On a 25, you look at this barrier that appears to just kind of shimmer and shift, kind of flickering in the sunlight as if it's reflecting odd refractions of the light that passes through it. It certainly looks like some type of very powerful magical barrier that has been erected to the north of the town.
Oh.
What's that all about? To keep the undead out, perhaps?
Problem might be maybe bigger than we anticipated if they have that going on.
And I think we'll pop over to a map.
Take a map.
Take a map. Free map.
Finally, I get to do more paladin things now. Undead? Perfect.
They're susceptible to fire, right?
The ones
Yeah,
with fleshy
usually.
bits, usually.
I mean, even the ones that don't have fleshy bits,
Whoa!
like,
The
come
little
on.
party token.
Yeah, I changed the party token to be the
Whoa.
poster.
Whoa!
Very cool.
That looks great.
So,
Oh, that
Who's
does look good.
Who's that
Hey!
sixth one there in the bottom right?
what? We don't talk about that one.
Oh,
Oh my god.
God.
Fucking hell.
I couldn't resist. I'm so sorry.
Where'd she go?
Where did she go? Okay. Excuse me. Where is she? Where is she? Did you say Martha? Why did you say Martha? As you guys
This place is bigger than I thought.
you guys ride into this clustered, busy town. There are many individuals ambling about. Some nearby to the eastern side. My goodness, Sam.
Sorry, I'm
Synas.
so excited about that old man.
Just don't interrupt God, okay?
Okay, sorry, God.
Several homes off to the eastern area you see are still doing some farming and ranching. You see several individuals kind of peeking out of homes and standing out of your way on the main street here, especially looking at the flaming horse that Thava is striding upon.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. She doesn't even care. She's like, you know what? Fuck it.
It took like 4 days for you to no longer care.
Hey, listen, they said they want adventurer types. This is a good way of being like, hey, look,
That's-
we're adventurer types.
Okay, you know what? That makes sense.
Glancing around, here and there, you also notice sort of odder-looking individuals. You see one gentleman walk by with very long, like, blue hair, just like coiled into a ponytail, just kind of walking by. You see another individual.
Blue hair.
You see another individual striding by. Not a dragonborn with blue hair. You see another individual striding by whose limbs kind of are a lot too long, you think. His arms are like almost to the ground, but he's just kind of casually walking.
Just a human?
Yeah, he looks human, but his arms are like, his fingertips are like the middle of his shin.
Oh no.
And they're all acting normal.
Yeah, they're not looking at them, they're looking at you.
Okay.
In fact, those guys are freaks.
Look at their short arms.
Most everyone is normal. This is just like one or two individuals here and there seem a little visually odd.
Look at
Okay.
the 5 people who just rolled in.
I want to vibe check.
No
I want to do
shoes.
a ping.
You want to do a ping? Okay.
I want to do a ping just for the hell of
Well,
it.
your
That's a little weird.
thing's Fey Fiend Undead, right? Fey Fiend Undead Celestial?
Yes.
None of that here, other than your friends.
Okay. Why doesn't my thing have aberrations? Like, that's...
You know, it does seem like it should.
Oh, well. Those guys are aberrations for sure. I get getting aberration vibes.
Wow, that's so judgmental. But yeah, there's a number of individuals milling about, and as you guys cruise up, you know, someone coming out of one of the buildings goes, "Oh shit, you adventurers! You're here to fix this fucking undead problem!" You can see he's holding like a tankard of ale, and someone's like grabbing his arm to pull him back into the inn.
Yes?
Fucking great! I haven't been able to go back to my farm in like 2 weeks! Then he kind of stumbles back into one of the larger buildings at the center of town here. I'll say you guys cruise up to right about here. This building to the north of you seems to be a very bustling tavern. After a few moments of just glancing around, you see what appears to be kind of a... not quite a wolf person walks up, but like their face is kind of misshapen in what looks almost like a snout in a way. Kind of like, you know, Hollywood halfway between transforming into a werewolf look.
Oh, okay.
Comes walking up.
Like a shifter?
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Okay.
But like, as if you hit pause on the werewolf transformation scene in the movie.
Oh god. Chaos over here. What is going on?
Sam wonders too. He doesn't know. Change up the music here a little bit.
Shoot, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
No need to wait for me.
This individual walks up, looks at Thava's horse, then looks at all of you guys and goes, "Welcome. You must be the guys that, the lady of the, town told me to come look at, 'cause you definitely fit the description. We should drop your horses off, at the stable here in town. Her ladyship would like to meet with you, or group."
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Oh, and I suppose, where are my manners? Welcome to Long Saddle. This town is the property of the Harpel family, some of the most premier wizards this side of Faerun. Please enjoy your stay. But when you're ready, meet me at the bridge on the west side of town and follow me. I'll be waiting for you. And he goes walking back off toward the west side of the town there.
Should we go now? Do we need to do anything? I can't think of anything I want to do.
I don't see why not. We might as
Okay.
well
I mean, we can check out the shops later. I know you're all dying to see what the next shopkeep has in stock, but yeah.
Sorry.
It doesn't take you guys too long to find a stable to put your horses. That'll hold your horses for you, even. Synas, just to catch up, a half-wolf-looking fella introduced himself and beckoned everyone toward the bridge to the west side of town.
Oh.
You guys dismount your horses and leave them in the care of the stable master of the local inn, where quite a number of other horses are being taken care of. And, like, every horse puts, like, 15 feet between Thava's horse and themselves.
Yeah.
There's just, like, a sphere of influence where no animals are going anywhere near that thing.
Thava just tells the horse, like, telepathically or whatever. It's like,
Let me know if anything strange happens.
because I think there's like a telepathic link that goes pretty far.
Out to 1 mile.
Yeah. Okay.
The horse responds, "As you command."
Oh.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it just stands there and just kind of does like a security camera looking left and right repeatedly, just on a, like, very specific timing.
Not creepy at all.
No, not creepy at all.
It's fine. It's fine.
Gathering yourselves together, you head to the western side of town where a bridge awaits you, as well as this robed individual who bows his head a little bit and beckons you to follow him. And instead of walking along the top of the bridge, as you might expect, you see he kind of walks down toward the embankment and under the bridge a little bit. Following along, you see he walks up to where the underside arch of the bridge kind of goes vertical with the ground, and he puts one foot against the wall, and then he puts another foot against the wall, and he starts to walk up the upside down portion of the bridge.
What the fuckity fuck?
I see.
And he gestures to the wall behind him. Just act like you're walking on a normal road. Try not to let the inversion catch you off guard.
Oddly enough, I don't think Thava's going to be too bothered by it.
I wonder
walk up
why.
walls.
Wonder why.
I just don't ask questions about that.
And he begins to just walk calmly across the underside of the bridge upside down.
Sure, why not?
Thava, you follow suit. And everyone else who basically puts a foot against this wall, you almost feel like your foot, like, sticks to it in a way, like you... And then you put another foot up on the wall and you feel gravity just kind of rotate for your perspective. Wow. And it's not great for a couple of you. Like, a little weird. And as you walk along this bridge, it feels like gravity is pointing at the bridge the whole time. Your hair does not hang upward. Everything is just so awkwardly normal. It's very weird.
Wow.
Not like this.
This is very strange. Is this kind of thing normal around here?
Oh yes. I suppose it would catch a lot of people off guard. This town is very, heavily influenced by the arcane. And he's doing all this while he's, like, in the process of uninverting on the wall at the other side. As if he does this every single day. Which he probably does. The bridge is enchanted such that if you try and walk towards the Ivy Mansion here, along the top side, you find yourself walking away. So you kind of have to know that you got to walk on the underside of it. It's just one of those little tricks that the Harpell family do to keep things kind of safe around here.
How long has this place been like this?
When did the family come here? I think the original part of the family showed up about 500 years ago. So, I mean, they've kind of just been here all along, and the town sort of sprung up next to it. You know, the wizards here are benevolent enough to allow them to, enjoy the conveniences of the arcane and the weave, and they even take some of us in as apprentices, like me. But, don't be off-put. I know a lot of people come through here and they're like, oh, some people look weird. Why is that guy's arm so long? It just happens around here. It's pretty normal.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You're one of the people, I could see it in your face. I could tell. And when you meet them, when you meet the Harpels, I mean, they're a little eccentric, but we love them. They're wizards. Am I right? And he continues to lead you guys. Once you manage to step off the bridge, which again feels very weird to have gravity go from upside down to just straight up again. He leads you further along the path, leading to this collection of buildings, all that use a very dark stone in their construction. Not quite black, but a very, very dark gray, like a volcanic stone almost. There is 2 larger buildings flanking the large central tower. One of them appears to be an inn of some kind. You see a couple of broomsticks sweeping the patio off on their own, with no one touching them. And you can see at the windows, like cups and plates float out of one window and elevate up to the next floor, and then go through the window as if they're just magically being passed around. And this area very much just smacks of casual arcanity. There's casual magic everywhere.
Oh. This is chaotic.
That's one word for it. That's definitely true. And, it can get a little weird around here. And as he's saying that, there is like a distant, further off to the west, behind the other large building, there is a loud sound of an explosion suddenly and smoke rising. And then you hear just laughter afterwards. As if someone cast a fireball over in that direction.
Ooh. What was that?
Oh, probably just one of the wizards testing out a spell. Lots of apprentices stay here, and he gestures to the large tavern-like building. During their studies, they stay here and learn directly with the members of the Harpel family. There's a combat testing ground out to the west where young wizards can test their magic without the worry of incinerating, obliterating, disintegrating, or otherwise murdering their fellow students. So
it's a wizard school.
It's not a wizard school. It's the Harpel family takes in apprentices and provides them a way to become better wizards. Not being able to study your magic means that, you grow poor at it. Wizards do take pride in their work, so they need a safe place to be able to practice it.
All right.
He then leads you to a large set of double doors at the base of this towering tower. I guess that's why it's in the adjective. Which, as you look up at it, you notice there is a very subtle spiral to the structure of it. And the bricks along its structure kind of seem to stretch a little weirdly, kind of at an angle, as if something like grabbed the top of the tower and just twisted it a little bit. It's a very weird thing to look at.
Ah, yes, the liquefy tool.
Yes, that's actually legitimately what I was thinking. The double doors open with a wave of this gentleman's hand, and he gestures into what appears to be a bit of a simple foyer area, where there's kind of a lounge area set up. There's like a bunch of couches and a table set up here and there. please go ahead and have a seat. I will go get the owners. Don't be alarmed when, like, teacups and, like, plates of food start floating in, because, like, pretty much whenever anyone sits down on this couch, and he gestures to, like, this large red velvet couch in the center next to the fireplace, like, a meal gets made automatically and just floats over here, so, like, I just don't want you to be surprised when that happens, that's all.
We are guests.
I guess
I was literally gonna say.
do the test.
Where's Bill?
Who? Where is she? And he leaves you in this large foyer space that you see multiple portraits depicting several individuals in different types of finery. You see a couple of elven-looking individuals. You see one individual who looks more raggedy, much more grown out, like mutton chops in one of them. Presumably all members of this odd family. But you are kind of left to your own devices in this weird lounge area for the moment.
All right. Are there any doors in this room?
There's the main door that you came in. There's another door at the end of the hallway, and then there is one door on either side near the end of the hallway as well.
Okay, I jiggle the handle of the nearest door to see if it opens.
I mean, it's unlocked.
I go inside.
Okay.
Oh my god. I was gonna say I'm gonna be right back to grab water, but
Maybe let's not upset the hosts right away.
Rinn,
This place is fascinating.
make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's fascinating, but
9.
9. You open the door, and you casually go striding in, and the door slams behind you, and you see another door in front of you, like a really short hallway.
I go through the door.
You pop out from the other door on the opposite side of the room.
maybe it's time to take a seat.
I look around, I see the party just kind of sitting there. Did you see that?
I saw that.
It's kind of hard to miss.
I go back through the door that I just came through.
Okay.
Rinn.
It slams closed, and Rinn pops out of the door on the left side of the room this time.
I don't think it's a toy. I don't.
She's having too much fun. I find the nearest. What if next door? Come
No.
on, come on.
She's a
Does
menace.
Thorn Whip pull 10 feet?
I'm back. Is she killing herself yet?
No, the doors just loop together. She walked in the door on the left side of the room, popped out on the right side, went back the other way.
Minor note that I guess that does imply that we are kind of trapped here until our hosts arrive, unless there's a way out, but...
Wait, that's not the door we came through.
No.
Is it not?
Do you want to try the
No?
door you came in through?
Okay.
Yes, I do.
It's
Oh,
locked.
God. Oh, yep. We're stuck here then.
It's fiction.
It was a fiction. It was made up. It didn't happen.
Can I go through the? You said there was another door.
There is a door at the far end of the hallway. Yes.
I would like to try to open that door.
Sure. You try to open that door. It also appears locked.
Fuck.
I think we just take a seat and wait for our hosts for the moment.
Are there any windows?
In this space, there are not any windows. The rest of the party...
Synas takes a seat on that nice little couch that was pointed out.
Yeah. As you sit down, there's like a little jingling sound that happens ethereally out of nowhere, like a little bell being rung. And seemingly out of like one of like a dumbwaiter high up in a wall, you see a bunch of like plates and cups like suddenly floating down rather rapidly to arrange themselves on this coffee table in front of you. And there's like muffins and beef jerky and like a whole turkey for some reason. And the cup automatically just fills, the empty cup sits there and then fills up with a red wine by the looks of it.
We can wait for the hosts to show.
The rest of the party, as you're watching Rinn do this, you guys see all the paintings. Their eyes are like watching Rinn. But then,
World.
yes, it's very,
The haunted mansion.
it's very haunted
crazy,
mansion.
Wow.
What is this Disney World you speak of?
Why do you think keep hallucinating places?
Oh dear.
It just floats into my head. I don't know where that comes from.
Talking about Twisted Towers, Tomato Town,
Oh
now
my
a
God.
Disney World.
Oh no. The lore
It's
is
just my
building.
imagination. I'm having fun.
Oh my God. Rinn, do you go back and join your friends at this table now that there's food?
It does seem there's nothing else I can do in this
Yeah.
room, so yes.
You
Can
keep
you
going
imagine
through the
being
doors
a
if you
part
want.
of like?
What?
Can you imagine being a part of like Bud's imaginary play sessions like out in the forest when he was a kid? Incredible.
Oh man.
Just absolute crazy time.
And if any of you try the food, it's delicious. Like, probably one of the most delicious versions of whatever thing you have that you've ever had.
Can I try the gray stuff?
The gray stuff? You want the gray stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an oatmeal-y porridge that was ground way too fine. It is
That was a
delicious.
Beast reference.
I know. I was working
Okay.
around to the it's delicious bit.
Oh, okay.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious.
Delicious.
You guys are left there for no more than 2 minutes or so when one of the doors on the sides of the room, let's say the right door, opens, and a woman comes striding out. She is dressed in a long dress that has mostly reds and golds flowing through it. Kind of has a design where it crisscrosses over itself along the chest. She has long brunette hair tied back in a ponytail, or sorry, braided back behind her head. And she folds her hands over her lap, her gentle gaze regarding all of you as she strides over with idle clicks of heeled shoes on the floor. Well, well, well. I see you were having fun with the door system. She fixes Rinn with a bit of a smile. Bit of a fun enchantment, don't you think?
Why did you feel the need to lock us in the room exactly?
Oh, it's mainly so that you don't get hurt. There's a lot of things in this tower that you really shouldn't be bumbling into. And she gives you a bit of a wry grin. It kind of has the like I just don't want to see people getting hurt. Stop fucking around in my house kind of thing.
Okay.
And she clears her throat again. You must be the adventurers that I asked for. If you wouldn't mind, I would have a bit of a talk with you about a bit of a problem that we're having here. I'm sure this interruption to your travel is inconvenient. However, the barrier would not allow you northward either way. So, oh, there's a train too.
Oh, sorry.
That's just the train that goes through the house once in a while. Don't mind it.
I didn't know Sam made those kind of noises.
That's a crazy noise.
Very talented kitty.
Yeah, he is talented.
Very talented.
I hope I'm that cool when I grow up.
I only interrupt this travel because I have run a bit out of local bravehearts looking for work. And you seem the type.
How many have you sent so far?
Oh, She kind of puts a finger to her lips thinking, 3 or 4 groups have gone. I haven't heard back from them recently. which concerns me, but, admittedly, none of them came in on a flaming horse. And she looks at Thava.
Oh, it just kind of smirks.
Pretty cool.
Thanks.
But I would ask first, of course. I'm not going to strong-arm you into it. Why would I do that? If you are interested in coin, or perhaps some magical items I could part with, I would ask you to hear me out, if you don't mind.
Are you looking to get rid of the undead problem that we heard about?
Oh yes, very much so. It's sort of ruining business around here and kind of making things a bit annoying, I would say. Mirabar does send a lot of caravans down this way, and they pay nice at the inns. So my innkeepers losing their regular income hurts a little bit. But more than that, I have reason to believe that whatever is causing this is related to perhaps a mishap of one of the apprentices here, and it needs to be corrected.
What kind of mishap?
That
Exactly.
is something I am not totally sure about, as this whole scenario came about rather suddenly. We were rather suddenly beset upon by a few hundred undead one night, which was concerning, but nothing...
A few hundred?
Oh yes, a few hundred. Nothing a few clerics and a barrage of fireballs can't fix, though, she says with a very wide grin.
Rinn, you're up.
So, yes, after the initial attack, a few clerics here erected this barrier to ward off the undead. However, it does bring up tremendous concern that there might be something out there causing this. And as I instructed the previous groups, I need someone to go see what is going on and bring back, perhaps if this is an artifact of some kind that is creating the undead, or if it is... I'm not sure. If there's something doing it, I want to know what it is. And I will pay very nicely.
I don't see why not.
Seems
Look-
like a good plan to get Reyka the money she needs.
It would also, well, let's just say I think myself and my husband would owe you a favor if you did this for us, as it is something we don't really have the time to deal with at the moment, but it is nevertheless pressing.
You did say hundreds, right?
That is correct, yes. The original attack was 200 or so. But as far as my scouts have reported, they haven't been amassing like that near here.
Where could so many bodies have possibly come from? Do you have some kind of graveyard or some kind of place where a battle took place many years ago?
Well, she rubs over her chin, furrowing her brows a bit.
Somewhat DM question, somewhat in character question. Is this near where that volcano went off years ago?
No.
Oh,
It is,
yeah.
Mount Hotenau is like... I have to go back to the big map real quick to
Yeah, I
measure.
can't visualize how close it is.
Let's all go to the big map. Let's all go to the big map.
Let's all go
Let's
to
go
the
for the big map.
Which for some reason is not rendering at a good resolution. There we go. So Mount Hotenau over here was what exploded about 45 years ago.
Okay, so it's okay.
It's a ways off. That's about 120 miles or more from here.
More likely Neverwinter would have been assaulted if it was related to that,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay.
And she goes on to explain, the creatures appear to be coming from the east. I'm not sure if there was an old battlefield there, or if there's a very overpacked crypt, perhaps. But it is concerning. And the specific individual that I believe may have caused it was an apprentice looking into specifying his, let's say his primary focus into necromancy. So that's why I'm worried. Mainly for his sake. I fear he's probably dead if he hasn't shown back up by now. But I would appreciate some assistance in the matter.
Okay, so you've had adventurers come through here and try and fail.
I have not heard from them. I don't know if they failed or got scared off.
Uh-huh.
But either way, none of them came back to me.
Are you worried, Rinn?
I mean, it doesn't exactly bode well, does it? Nobody's come back to say what happened.
We've killed dragons. I don't think some undead will be too much of a problem.
Oh, so that is you. I had heard that,
We're already gone this far north?
Well, I do have my connections. And she just gives you a bit of a smile. Wizards do talk a lot to each other, and we do have ways of sending word far and wide very quickly. But I had heard that a group, matching your description, had done quite the feat. That gives me even more confidence that you will be capable of doing this. I will say, one benefit is that these attacks, these incursions, seem to mainly occur at night. So as long as you're traveling during the day out there, you probably won't get attacked, I imagine? I'm not totally sure about that. That's my theory right now. But there are a lot of people who are beginning to get worried in town, and well, I'd hate to have to send even more people out there. If you all would be capable of it, I would make it worth your while. I promise you this.
Well, Thava, you seem confident. We did kill a dragon.
Oh, two, technically.
That's...
I have no frame of reference on how strong one undead is.
Well, one on their own is not too bad, but 100 at the same time is a problem. So...
None if they all stand in one spot.
Exactly. She gives you a
Also
very
a bit
knowing smile.
It's also a bit of a vague descriptor. There's a massive difference between something somewhat stupid, like a zombie or a skeleton, versus something with some intelligence, like a ghoul, or something that you could even consider a living undead, like a vampire.
And we certainly have seen ghouls along the road. That's when we were first alerted, was when a few caravans got torn apart. So, that was when we began to get concerned. But mostly what attacked here were shambling zombies and skeletons and, you know, your basic mishmash of undead. Nothing we haven't dealt with before, but, it, you know, night after night, things keep showing up and it's getting problematic.
Are ghouls the worst thing you've heard or seen? Or have you heard even any indication of anything worse?
I don't think I've heard of anything more dangerous coming this close. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the dice roll. Yeah, Sam's rolling dice over there.
Rolling some dice.
It's fine.
Rolling dice.
He's fine. It's fine. He's rolling dice. Well, while I can't say for certain what you might find out there, I can say for certain that, at least here, only the unintelligent and the predatory undead have shown themselves. But whether or not this is the work of a lich, demi-lich, something grander, that is what I need information on.
Okay.
Do you just need information, or do you want us to stop the problem?
Well, if you're capable of stopping the problem as well, certainly do so. If you only come back with, information of what it is, I will still pay you, just not as much as I otherwise would. But if you solve the whole problem, well...
Would it be an Arcana check to think about, what could possibly raise hundreds of undead in, 20 days? Is there a creature or a spell or something?
Yeah, I think you can make an Arcana check for that.
23.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
10 plus 13. Pretty average.
Pretty average roll. Oh my god.
Hey, we need somebody in the party that's...
I love being a magician.
Yeah. It is actually pretty cool. Yeah, you imagine that something with power similar to a lich might be able to do things like that, whether or not it specifically is one. You've definitely heard of mass raise dead spells in the past. But there would need to be quite the source of bodies.
No.
I want to hope this is just a group of apprentices who have gone out of control.
Not to metagame, but Dre, if you're throwing a lich at us at level 6, I'm gonna have to kill you.
We killed a giant dragon easy.
I swear.
Yeah, we also had super buffs for that.
I promise. Totally, cross my heart, hope to die. It's not a lich. Totally, I promise.
The Left 4 Dead director has adjusted the difficulty because we've been doing so well.
5 tanks.
Well, we need to go north.
Yeah, we need to get there anyway, so...
If this will get us there and make the road safer anyways for people like Narud, then I don't see why we have why we don't do this small diversion.
Well, you are welcome to take a room in the Fuzzy Quarterstaff on the mansion property here. That would be the Inn and Tavern that you must have seen coming in.
The Fuzzy Quarterstaff?
That is correct. It was named by my father's father's father. I don't know why. But you're welcome to have a room there. I won't make you pay for it. Be a good place to store your things, away from prying eyes and such. It is also as such that I would like to make sure you are aware, while you are on the property of the Ivy Mansion here, there will be no scrying capability and also minimal ability to message at distance, such as if you are using sending stones or scrying pools. Just so you're aware.
Why is that?
I don't like people peeking on my business.
Fair enough.
She just nods a little bit.
Would augury
Okay,
fall
Thava...
under?
No, go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, does augury fall under that?
I think that spell would be disrupted by the dome, yes. You would just have to go back across the bridge. At that point, you would be outside of the influence of the divination magic.
Thava wants to test to see if the horse can still hear.
Okay, you try and reach out to it.
Yeah.
You just hear static.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, okay. It's that powerful. Did not? Okay, that's kind of neat. Okay.
Neat.
Or does the
Neat.
horse just do that? Does the horse just make static noise? I don't know. Could you imagine? Like, you never heard... Could you imagine you never hear static
I go to
noise before
sleep.
and you're just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, you just...
In fairness, none of us have
What
talked
the
to a horse. Maybe that's just how. Yeah.
I don't know. Bud talked to a
He's just
horse
like
that
me,
one
for real,
time.
for real. Oh, that's true.
That's true.
Bud, did it talk instead?
The horses speak in the static. Sounds like a horror movie that would be
that
made
sounds
by... yeah, it
terrifying.
sounds like Stephen King right there.
This actually reminds me of a nightmare I had as a kid. I'll
Oh.
tell you about it afterwards.
Oh, you had a-
Okay,
you
wow.
had a flaming horse?
No.
A nightmare, you know. A flaming horse. And she does a bit of a curtsy and smiles. Well, when you do manage to return, or, if you manage to return, just ask for Penelope, and I'll come speaking. And she just stands there with her hands folded across her waist, just kind of waiting.
Wait, what the fuck does this mean? Oh, out of character, like.
Well, you're welcome to leave. Again.
You can go.
You may go.
You can leave.
You can leave now.
Get up and leave, I guess.
Again, just ask for a room at the quarterstaff out there. They'll give you a place to stay. And she kind of waves you off with a hand. As you walk toward the front door, it unlatches and opens for you.
Isn't that nice?
Convenient.
Leading you back out to the, once again, very strange display of casual magic just here and about. And looking at the time, I think that's where we have to stop for today.
Yeah.
You want to get to the tavern?
We could wrap up in the tavern.
You guys, what do you want to do? I was just figured.
Yeah, we could just do 5 more minutes.
Yeah, fine.
Real quick for description. Because I think the tavern's fun. What?
Oh.
Tavern's fun, let's go.
The tavern's fun. As you guys enter the tavern, there is a sign hanging above the door, which in an odd font shows the Fuzzy Quarterstaff. And the
such a good name.
the golden letters on the sign appear to kind of flicker on and off in a golden glow. As you enter, it is very spacious. 2 floors. The primary area is an open air kind of concept. So there's the main floor and then a banister running the entire way around this rectangular opening that leads to the second floor. There is an older gentleman standing in the center of this floor with what appears to be a wand, but which he is using as if he is a conductor, kind of leading an orchestra. And all about the room you see plates, glasses, brooms, mops floating here and there, performing different tasks and moving to patrons and other individuals. There's clothing being shifted around here and there. It's quite the display of just straight up magic everywhere in this building.
Wow. Jeez. This place.
Scampering up to you with a of claws on the floor, a kobold rounds the corner.
Yes,
he is
finally a kobold.
He is bluish in scale color, dressed in this cute little, not quite a tuxedo, but like a petticoat kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he comes running up and goes, "Hey, hi, how are you? Welcome to the Fuzzy Quarterstaff. What do you need?"
Name is Bud.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Click.
What's your Click? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and he just gives you like the biggest like sharp tooth grin he can. He's like 2 feet tall, and he's adorable.
Bud returns it.
Scoop him up, take him away.
I'm just imagining just going to the front of the group. He's like partially crouched with his hands and fists like, "Hi! My name's Bud!
Wait, has Bud ever met a kobold?
Do you want to play?"
I mean, you guys killed a bunch of kobolds, but
I feel. Oh wait, we did. Oh, that's right. Did we?
You've killed
yeah,
kobolds.
We did. Never mind. Okay. It's like I was gonna say, if you've never seen one before, they might be like look like a child dragonborn or something.
Hold on. Wasn't Droop a kobold, or is that something
Droop was
else?
a goblin.
Goblin.
I wonder how Droop's doing, dude.
He's probably fine.
Yeah.
He's probably dead.
He's probably
Wow, that's morbid.
We just kind of drove that guy off. We were like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah? You gave him a pocket full of grass and said, fuck you, go away.
That's right, we gave him grass. What the fuck? Oh man, that was
Listen, that was some
It was
really
Reyka.
quality
I
grass.
You know, in
forgot all
retrospect,
about
it was
that.
really fucked up that we did that.
Go ahead, walk the 40 miles to Neverwinter. Here's some grass. Get out of here, kid. You're bothering me.
Was it Bud who gave him grass?
No,
Because
it was
I think
Reyka.
No, it was
Reyka.
me.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Reyka. Why'd you give him grass?
Why
Because-
did we do that?
we went over this already.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did we do that?
Because grass is lovely, and you gotta smell it to feel better, and yeah, it's lovely.
That's right. That's right. It was like a little safety blanket for Reyka.
Oh my god.
So yes, this little
Anyways.
2-foot petticoat wearing bluish kobold is just beaming up at you guys with like the biggest grin, big eyes, like golden in color, just sparkling, just looking so happy to help.
Wow.
You say his name is Click?
Click.
Click, okay.
So happy.
How long have you been here?
Like a year, I think, now.
Cool, do you like it?
I mean, it's weird, but it's fun.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, but yeah, it is fun.
Better than what I was doing before.
What were you doing before?
Getting the crap kicked out of me by orcs for fun.
For fun?
Yeah, they
That
thought it was
doesn't sound
fun.
fun.
I thought it was funny
Oh.
at the time. It's fine.
Well, I guess you're not getting beat up now.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah.
And the Harples are nice to me, and they they gave me a little room closet thing and like food. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm guessing you're here for a room. Sorry, I shouldn't be small talking. I'm supposed to do my job. What do you guys need?
3 rooms?
Cool. And he goes like running off. Just away behind a counter. Something goes flying, a stool slides over and like picks itself back up and scoots back in place. And he comes running back with 3 keys and just offers them up to you real quick. I assume you guys are here, with the Harple's blessing, because otherwise you'd be dead. So, here, pick some rooms. There's like 40 in the back over there. They're all the same. Yeah, the building's bigger on the inside than the outside, I
Of
think.
course it
That
fucking
was
is.
hard as technology.
So, pick a couple, don't get lost.
I suppose they should all be next to each other.
Probably, so we don't get lost. There's 40 rooms.
Yeah.
And he beckons you guys over as he like sprints across the room. And you see the old man in the middle guiding the orchestra of objects glares over and just goes, "Click, stop running everywhere. You're distracting me. Scamper less, boy. Stand upright. Keep going." The little kobold leads you guys over to a unassuming door at the back, which he rotates the handle on 3-4 times, and you hear a clunk, 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 clunk each time. Then he pushes the door open, and there's just like a hallway of like 20 rooms, 10 on either side. And he just gestures in and goes, "Go ahead and make yourselves comfortable. If you need food, just kind of ask for it, and somehow he hears it, and like it just shows up. Yeah, it's cool."
Who is he?
Oh, he's one of the head wizards of the family. I don't remember his name. I just call him Old Guy.
And he just makes food.
Well, he doesn't. The magic does. There's a kitchen, but it's entirely staffed by just animated objects, which is kind of cool.
Does he always hear us? Like, even if we're not asking for something, is he monitoring our conversations?
He like squints for a moment and goes, "Is that why he knew I took that thing?" Oh,
What did you take?
don't worry about it.
Okay. I won't.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work under the assumption that you're correct. and I have to change a few things about the way I behave.
Oh my God.
Weird.
It's been a year. Oh,
What is this guy's name again?
Click.
click.
K-L-I-K. Click.
Click, you're very candid, I must say.
I think speaking in riddles is stupid. So why wouldn't I be?
Gosh, this man is my spirit person or whatever, spirit animal. You're so right.
I'm glad someone understands. Like, living around wizards, everyone talks in riddles, like, all the time.
So get to the point.
I know! Oh, I don't need a long-winded lecture every time you tell me I put a broom back wrong.
Aren't brooms animated?
Yeah, but he, like, unanimates them and makes me clean them up sometimes. It's kind of rude.
I was about to say that seems right.
But it's okay. Again, that was because I took a thing that you don't need to worry about. Remember that? And he points at you all and is like, I didn't take anything.
Got it. He took nothing.
And he gives you a thumbs up and goes, enjoy your stay and have a wonderful day. And he goes scampering off behind the counter somewhere.
Wow.
I like him, even if it took him a year to learn a little bit more about his job. So, rooms?
You guys go down the hallway and inserting the key into the lock, it just seems to be the right lock for that key. You open the door into what is pretty comfortable rooms. There's 2 beds in each that are like nice padded. There's like 7 pillows on each bed.
Oh, gee, that's way too many pillows. That is too much.
A couple of them are absolutely decorative pillows that would not be comfortable to sleep on, but they're like nice. They've got like a dragon on one and like a wolf on another, and like they're very pretty.
Guess who doesn't know that and is totally gonna drool on one.
But you guys settle into whatever, organization of the 3 rooms you'd like. And begin to drop off your stuff. I mean, it is like the middle of the day. It's noon-ish, so not necessarily about to go to bed. But you guys settle in, set down your heavier stuff, your packs, and have a little bit of time to figure out what you're doing next. But we can figure out what the heck that is next time.
Yeah.
Next time on what?
The Dorks in Danger.
Dorks in danger!
The Dorks in Danger. Yeah, no.
What?
Thank you for listening to our adventures. We hope you've enjoyed. If you want to keep up with more Dorks in Danger content, feel free to hit that subscribe button and never miss an upload. Or follow us on Blue Sky for updates, art posts, and announcements. New episodes come out on a bi-weekly basis.